sometimes you just get got. Last night I got. I'm sure many of you got.
Oh, you got?
I got.
I got too.
Of course you did. 27-point halftime lead.
Deuces.
Yeah. 2-2 going back to San Antonio. I one of those deals where I just stumbled in this morning into wait, what?
Same exact thing.
Well, because I went back and I watched, and it's like it went from like 20 to 4, like without looking like that was happening. It was nutty. We're gonna circle back to that. That'll do her, right? Won't that do her?
That will do her.
You can't blow a 29-point lead and fall behind 3-1 and have the confidence and the swag and maybe the ability to win the series. 3-1 leads in the finals. 37-1. Maybe it's 33-1. It's 30-something-1 holding a 3-1 lead in the finals. Didn't LeBron's team come back from 3-1?
They sure did.
Yeah, that was the one that came back from 3-1. But, wow, man. Holy shnikes. Sometimes you get got, man. He's late. Sometimes having Monday Night Football. Maybe 24-3 at halftime, and you'll wake up the next morning. I mean, it was 51-48, instant classic.
Yeah, instant classic.
Yeah. But we'll get back into the game. But I want to start with something top of mind, if you would allow me, and just a couple of observations from the drive-in this morning. One with perhaps future implications. Said observations. The first is this. I don't know what's going on out there today, but I just drove in through 3 of like the worst texting and driving viewings I've ever seen. Boys, put the phone. If listen, everybody's got an emergency. Maybe wait for the stoplight or a slow, straight stretch of road. Man, I'm not trying to be Karen here, but 80 on the highway, texting, swerving. I mean, you literally are coming within inches of the dude who's in the lane next to you. Totally oblivious. It's happened like 3 different times, 3 different events today, and I don't normally see things like that, so that was nutty. But the second thing is this, and this is a bold step into the future, all right? We all have our way, our path that we come to work. I plug the GPS in anyway. It's more just playing a game. Can I beat the ETA? But sometimes you plug in sometimes you go to leave and you notice that why is it getting me to work 5 minutes later? And then it gives me at least a construction icon, and it sends me, instead of, quick story, normally where I live, I hop on 95. I go 95 north, straight shot to Bowden. Today, it sent me, instead of going 95, it sent me on the 295 Express up to JTB, come in the back way. So, I put my blind trust and faith in technology and went 5 or 6 minutes out of the way, still with enough time to make it. But in the back of my mind, the whole time I'm wondering, was this the right send? E.T., how'd you come into work today? Did you come up 95 north as usual?
As usual.
Was there any construction anywhere or anything?
Negative.
Anybody on the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures, anywhere from World Golf Village north on 95, was there construction today? Because if not, I got twice in the last 12 hours. I put the blind trust, though, in the GPS. All right, because I know this. There have been times in the past where I haven't trusted it, and I've gotten stuck. But it would have been a lot tougher decision if the reroute would have taken me to an ETA that was too late. Y'all know how I roll by now. I get up early and prepare, but I don't roll in here at 5 o'clock in the morning. There's no reason. You know, I leave the house with 10 minutes to spare, typically, and walk in ready to go. Again, I've been up for, 2.5, 3 hours by now, and I'm, completely awake and prepared, and because that's what you expect out of me. But so anyone on the was there construction? Did anyone actually get delayed, or did my blind? And here's the bigger issue. More and more as we step into the future, every one of these decisions is going to be just a blind faith in the technology that's sending you. God forbid the hacker that gets in brings chaos to that's future dystopian day. We'll leave that for now, and we'll circle back to what just happened, man. So the Spurs and the Knicks last night. Obviously, the urgency is on the Spurs. Shame on you, Mike Brown. You know what Mike Brown did with that complaint? He made the whole first half just a whiny pout fest by the fans, by the players. At one point, the Knicks had outshot the Spurs at the free throw line 11-2, and you'd think that every call had gone against New York. But what was really happening was the Spurs hit everything. 3 after 3 after 3, man. And they built a double-digit lead and then hit the gas, led by 29. Oh, did you see the copyright infringement? ET, did you hear this story?
No.
Yeah. Spurs are being sued by the NFL.
The Spurs?
Yeah. They tried to claim the Falcons logo. Falcons will never get off the hook for that one. They blew a 25-point lead. It was 28-3. Spurs a 29-point second-half lead. I know it's easier to come back in basketball. To be honest with you, those are equally egregious. At least the Falcons fell to the GOAT. The Spurs fell to OG Anunoby, who suddenly, by the way, out of nowhere is the MVP of the finals. He's the one guy who's shown up every game. Brunson, again, last night was just average. Karl Anthony Towns, after we put him on MVP watch, has gone, for the most part, AWOL. I mean, I shouldn't say that about Brunson. He had a good game last night. He had some big shots late. 3 for, he had 30. He had his 36. So, yeah. 7 turnovers. The Spurs bothered him, but I think what happened was it was just so methodical. It wasn't like it was a big run and you had to take a timeout real quick. It was just like, what? Okay, it's 15. I think the Knicks described it perfectly in the postgame. And I think it's accurate. As a fan, when you fall down 29, you're thinking, well, there's no 29-point play. We done. But no, as a player, you're like, all right, let's just get it to 20 by this mark. And you get, all right, let's get it to 12. Let's get it to 10 by the end of the third. And that's kind of what they did. They just kind of chop. And OG Anunoby hit a ton of big shots, made a ton of big plays, including the game-winning tap-in. I mean, this thing had it all. I got so bad, man. It's just not the same watching it when you know what happened. And I was committed. Although I'm glad in some ways that I got because that game looks like it went to about midnight with no OT. But it is the Knicks now up 3-1. History definitely on their side, and the Spurs on the brink of elimination. There's a game within a game here. The Spurs had a chance to put this thing away. They were up 1. Wemby was at the line with maybe a minute to go, maybe a little more than a minute. I don't know. That feels by that stage that the momentum of destiny had already swept up that outcome. But Wemby missed 2 free throws. Up with the Spurs up 1 at the point. The Spurs had a 1-point lead, forced a turnover, and on a run out with about 10, 11 seconds to go, De'Aaron Fox could have dribbled underneath the basket, dribbled it out towards, run another 4 or 5 seconds, and gotten fouled and gone to the line. In the moment, he took it to the hole. Guess who had the block? OG Anunoby. Yeah, that man won the MVP of the series last night, probably. But it was a return to efficiency and dominance for Brunson. I shouldn't cast his game last night in anything other than a good played 44 minutes. The only real disappearing act, and he finally showed up a little bit in the fourth quarter where, ironically, he's been AWOL, was Karl Anthony Towns. And in fairness, last night he got in foul trouble. It was the quickest guy had gotten 2 fouls, I think, in finals history, maybe by position. So he had to sit for a large portion. Then they brought in Mitchell Robinson. I don't know if you noticed this. This was early in the game. They brought in Big Mitch because Karl Anthony Towns went into foul trouble. And I don't know if Mitch was just tugging on the heaters back in the locker room, but they went about 3 possessions up and down the floor. My man was about to have a damn heart attack. They had to take him out and put in some guy who literally has played 4 times all year. Ariel Hook-Porty had to come in and give him 3 good minutes. And then I guess Mitch, got on the oxygen tank or whatever and was able to get back in. But man, we were on the brink of this awesome 7-game series, and within the context, it's a spectacular moment last night. But the problem with these huge comebacks is you have lost so much of your audience. If it's a Sunday afternoon NFL game, yeah, no, you don't lose them. In fact, you gain audience as it moves on. But shoot, in the middle of summer, NBA Finals is about the only primetime thing going outside of your local baseball fandom. You're up 27 at the half, and it's probably 10 o'clock-y. I mean, it's definitely first of all, the game it's they fool you with the 8 o'clock NBA pregame, and then you get to 8:30, and then they do another 10 minutes, and then they do it really didn't start till probably closer to 8:45. So yeah, I bet it was after 10. Felt secure that the storyline this morning would be, we're all tied up. Momentum is incredibly on San Antonio's side, and the Knicks are about to just totally choke away everything that they did early in this series. That's what it felt like the storyline was going to be today. And to be honest with you, personally, I would rather have that one. By the way, somewhere maybe at 5 a.m. Local time, perhaps we heard shouts from the cliffs of Scotland. And by the way, the post-game behavior in New York again last night was reprehensible.
Yeah, I can only imagine after a win.
It was reprehensible. It was the same type things. I think maybe Spurs fans dodged some of the destruction, but just I mean, what is it? The Antifa wing of Nick fandom? Are we just using any and every opportunity right now in society to destroy things? I mean, from sports to politics to religion, just you name it. Just find a reason, just in celebration, quote unquote, or in disappointment. Just gonna attack people and burn things. That's where we're headed. No, thank you. All right. So yeah, certainly top story this morning. The biggest comeback in I think. Is it NBA? Is it playoff history? It's definitely finals history. The biggest comeback had been the Celtics came back 24 on Kobe and the Lakers, and went on to win that finals. But the way they came back, and San Antonio might very well lose it at home. We were about to make other history, the history that was going to be made for the first time in finals history. The road team was going to win the first four. Instead, are the Knicks going to win all three road games? Spurs with home court aren't even going to make it back to New York for Game 6? Maybe. I don't know, man. I just don't know how you come back from that. I just don't know how you do it. You might have the I don't, or I don't know, or it just Spurs this. If you're up 29, you better go up 49. But you're not doing that. You had them, man. You had it right back where you had to be. This was like this is that was regular season, but this was Jags Texans. We know the feeling. That's what last night was. It was Jags Texans. Got a big. What was the lead for the Jaguars in that game? Wasn't that 20-something me? About to find out. I shoved some of that disappointment, way down. But I want to say 22 is what's in my head, but I could be wrong. Hold on. All right, here we go. The Jacksonville Jaguars were at Houston Sunday, November 9th. Ultimately lost 36-29.
We were up 19.
Yeah, up 19. So I gave us an extra field goal. But, yeah, that's kind of what it was like. Football's almost worse. It's a slow bleed out as you just feel the bleed out's coming. You can feel it. Basketball, you're never quite sure. The Spurs, they went back up 7 with, a minute and a half, 2 minutes to go, watching the game as it ended. But the Spurs, again, De'Aaron Fox taking it to the basket rather than circling the ball back out on the dribble, running a few more seconds, going to the foul line. Ended up being a crucial mistake. Wemby missing those 2 free throws. He's a good free throw shooter, out of character for him, and very, very costly. All right, we're camping with the Cats. Mini camp day 2. A lot of you got it to get out and see it yesterday. If you did, you can share your thoughts on The 1010XL text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosures, that number 641-1010. So we are up and at 'em. We do have Fred Taylor going to join us today. So who better to talk about the state of the Jaguars, the importance of this mini camp, and the expectations for the rest of the offseason than the former Jaguars are running back, the icon, the legend, Freddie T. Doc Murphy will join us today. We'll ask him, speaking of Jaguars and running backs, about Chris Rodriguez and what the genuine forecast for his return will be. No reason to believe it's anything other than what the Jags think, which right now points to July and no time missed in camp. So thank you for being up and at 'em. Again, on the text line, did technology get me too? You know, it sent me 5, 6, 7 minutes out of my way and just like a sheep. I just blindly followed. He could have driven me off the pier at that point, the bottom of the river. You're listening to The Drill, 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Did you hear that? Hear what?
This isn't real.
What is real? How do you define real?
1010XL.
ET here for Encore Research. And this summer, discover the power of research. Clinical studies are helping researchers find better ways to prevent, diagnose, and treat disease. And community members like you make it all possible. Your participation could help drive the next generation of healthcare discoveries. Find out how you can make a difference at EncoreDocs.com. Research moves forward because of volunteers like you. Let's build a healthier Jacksonville together.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking mumbo-jumbo. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices. I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from high heels to wagon wheels. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Don't miss the Bari Breakdown with Dr. George Bari on XL Primetime, Wednesdays around 1:35 for the latest in sports injuries from all the big names in the game. Who's MIA? Who's coming back? Dr. George Bari on XL Primetime, Wednesdays at 1:35 on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Homeowners running out of space in your kitchen, closets bursting at the seams, or maybe your bathroom just feels outdated and cluttered. At Harvest Construction and Remodeling, custom cabinets are what they do best. Owner Scott spent years as the main cabinet installer for one of the region's largest big box retailers. As a family man growing his own business, he brings that experience directly to homeowners like you. They'll create beautiful storage solutions that improve look, feel, and function. Visit harvestrenovations.com.
License number CRC 1331012.
Credit card interest rates are now over 29%. Most people are only making the minimum payments, so they're getting nowhere. Hey, Prosser here, but here's what many homeowners don't realize. Using the equity in your home, you can easily access hundreds of thousands in cash. With Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan, you can pay off your credit card, your existing HELOC, your car loans, or get money for that home improvement project. One client just got $100,000 approved and saved over $1,500 a month. Here's the best part. With Loan Pronto, you can do it all from your phone. With zero out-of-pocket, no hard credit pull up front, no appraisal, no long, drawn-out bank process, and no touching your first mortgage. Rates are at a near 3-year low. Act now. Go to loanpronto.com. See how much you can get in about 60 seconds. Loan Pronto, 2,800 5-star Google reviews. Call 904-999-1508 or go to loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
Yeah, it was good to get them out here. Seemed like it was pretty packed early on. Weather kind of held off for us, and try to give the fans what they want, get the ball down the field a little bit, and we appreciate the whole fan base and community coming out to support us.
Yeah, so everyone excited a chance to get out and watch the 2026 Jacksonville Jaguars on the field, making plays, and it's always an excitable occurrence when the pass game is on rhythm at these open performances. When the pass game is zipping and you're seeing your quarterback just drop them in at every level and you're seeing Brian Thomas Jr. continue to steal the show. Hey, Liam, where would you put BTJ's confidence right now based on what we're seeing day in and day out?
The confidence, as you said, number one, to always, you hear it's hard to not hear everything, right? And to also, for himself, I know there was, standards in which he wanted to improve upon. And so the fact that he's just come out here and work his ass off, having a great attitude, like after every play, communication with either myself or Trevor or EB or Grant, whatever it is, and then making the plays. Like that is something that you cannot simulate in routes on air. You cannot simulate that type of confidence until you do it in practice. Like it's just, there's nobody that I've known as a player that just can only turn it on in a game. Like the whole gamer thing, like I don't fully believe in that. I believe in guys elevate their play to go play in a game, absolutely. But the confidence of the connection and chemistry that they're building, that's real.
I'll tell you how impressive BTJ has been. And again, man, we're not going to the All-Pro based on practice, but he was dropping balls in camp last year. This was a thing, man. This has started, and it just never got better. Something's different. Something's right. To the point when Anthony Campanile, and you'll hear from him later this morning, but when Anthony Campanile, the defensive coordinator, at his press conference, the first question was about Brian Thomas Jr. and how great he's looked. And ultimately, this leads to a dilemma that the really good coaches have to deal with. And that's the balance of winning football games and getting guys the ball to get the numbers that makes them get all touchy-feely inside. Get them the numbers that they need and want. There's a balance there. It's easy to go up in front of the microphone and say, we're all for one for all. It's team. We don't care who scores, who gets what. If you can really buy in that way, I guess it could serve to your advantage. But, man, that just doesn't happen much in sports. There's always a certain, and it doesn't have to manifest itself necessarily negatively. You want to show what you are. Well, we see this on teams that have two good receivers. What if you got three? I mean, we've been talking about it, all the same. I bet you every one of those guys is thinking 80-1200 this year. Trevor's ripping it. I'm going 80-1200 this year. I'm going to be making $25 million a year here soon. First, though, when it comes to expectations, and this speaks to it to a certain point, here's Liam Cohen on how he and the team handles that.
We try not to feed too much into the expectation world. We try to just live in the day, in the process of getting better each and every day. And so as much as we understand that there's been peaks and valleys in the past, we're not living in that past. We're living in the moment. We're living in today, and having the fans out here today was a great representation of guys continuing to elevate their play, elevate the standard of how we practice and operate on a day-to-day basis. But, you want expectations to be high, and you want, because it's more of a standard of creating a standard of, hey, this is just how we play. This is how we operate.
Well, and that standard is under construction. You'd like to think it's the standard. Last year was a good foundation. But the messaging has been pretty consistent from Liam Cohen. From taking over a 4-13 team, what he expected and was going to demand out of him, to now riding in with a 13-win team and what he's expecting and what he's going to demand out of him. There were more from the media festivities down at Jags camp yesterday. We'll share some of those as we move along. I've still got Liam Cohen. This was an interesting thing to wonder. Are they working on week one plays like this week, right? You've known that week one opponent for a while. I would think no, personally. But you'll hear what Liam Cohen has to say about it. Also from Liam Cohen, that balance between guys getting numbers and team being successful and in rhythm. All right, let's take a quick time out. The sports world is still in shock over what happened in the NBA Finals last night. Spurs blow a 29-point lead, and the Knicks win it on a last-second tip-in. So more on that. Patrick Young is in studio with us tomorrow, and so we'll bridge the finals from New York to San Antonio. Game, 5 now is coming up Saturday night in San Antonio. I don't know what to expect anymore because now I can't trust. I kind of had a feeling that San Antonio going into last night would win. And then that feeling looked really, really validated for most of the night. And then they didn't. So it's going to be hard for me to feel like San Antonio is going to win. Maybe I feel like they're going to win. It'd be hard to believe it after watching that. That's pitiful. Anywho, more from the sports world. And you can all rest easy. You can all feel at ease. Patrick Mahomes is finally getting paid what he's due. That's right. I know he's really carried that cross for Kansas City, only making his 35 or 40 or whatever he's made as, the NFL's best player for a good stretch of time. But, yeah, they backed up the Brinks truck yesterday, and I'll tell you what the new standard is now for multi-million-dollar contracts. It goes Pat Mahomes' way. And so that and more, including the rest of the day in sports and what else is coming up, and we are here for you. You're listening to The Drill on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. Summer on the First Coast is sensational. 1010XL.
Hey roofers, finish and close out jobs same day with PermitRockstar.com. Their full-service permitting platform helps contractors cut permitting delays by up to 80%. Stop waiting and start building with PermitRockstar.com.
Streaming live from the XL Digital Studios. Polished by Harbor Dental Care, the locally owned smile restoration experts.
This is Mark Nato. My son Justin injured his hand playing baseball for JU. Southeast Orthopedic Specialist performed surgery just a few days later, and within 5 weeks, he was cleared to play in the ASUN baseball tournament. Our family has trusted Southeast Orthopedic Specialist for years. For any orthopedic injury, let Southeast Orthopedic Specialist take care of you too.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialist.
Attention golfers. The all-new Back 9 Golf Lakewood is now open with free hour demos, discounts on founding memberships, 24-hour access, and you can even bring your own food and drinks. University in San Jose, Back 9 Golf Lakewood.
Need or want cash? Beaches Jewelry and Pawn has cash available. Ready to buy guitars, surfboards, jewelry, firearms, tools, and especially gold. They need it all, selling or pawning. Get cash on the spot at Beaches Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach.
This summer, there's no better place to belong than the YMCA. Right now, if you join the Y, we'll waive the joining fee, and your 4th month is free. Start enjoying everything the Y has to offer today. Pools, group fitness, family events, youth programs, and a supportive community that's here for you. At the Y, it's more than a membership. It's a place to connect, grow, and thrive. There's no place like this place. Join the Y at fcymca.org and use code FREEMONTH.
What percentage of your body weight is comprised of blood? The answer next.
When your homeowner's insurance policy is up for renewal, it's a good idea to shop around to find a better plan. Southern Oak Insurance for over 20 years provides Floridians a clear option. SouthernOak.com.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
Blood comprises approximately 8% of your body weight. Same for your head, which generally weighs about 10 pounds.
Southern Oak Insurance, our family protecting yours.
What's happening, folks? It's your main man, ET here. And if you want to witness the world's biggest soccer tournament in person, look no further than Twin Peaks. Enter the Twin Peaks Go for Gold giveaway, presented by Michelob Ultra and Casamigos, and you can be one of 5 grand prize winners who get VIP treatment plus travel and lodging. For your chance to win unmatched views of this match, visit TwinPeaksSoccer.com to enter and choose your host city. Entries close on June 14th, so don't wait. Twin Peaks, eat, drink, scenic views.
In this age of globalization, we've learned that bigger isn't always better. Ever tried to get phone help from a big corporation? From a real person? Good luck. That is what's so nice about Mike Merritt's Heating and Air. Unlike publicly traded conglomerates with headquarters in faraway cities, Mike Merritt's Heating and Air remains family-owned and operated by Mike, your neighbor. Mike Merritt has delivered hometown service, integrity, and pricing for generations. The big guys incentivize their techs to sell you new equipment. Mike's team emphasizes repair first. We only sell you equipment if your current equipment is worn out and beyond repair. And let's be honest about price. Small operations without much overhead can sometimes lowball your job, but you can't trust just anyone with a truck. They may be here today and gone tomorrow. Mike Merritt has been keeping North Florida cool for more than 3 decades. That's experience and dedication you can count on. Call today or see us on the web.
Florida license number CAC 050384.
Got a dent or a scratch that needs fixing? San Jose Collision in Mandarin offers expert auto body repair and works with all insurance. Family owned and locally trusted. San Jose Collision in Mandarin.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
Let's go flat for Jalen Brunson. Allow him to operate at the top. 101.
Brunson gets it, fires up a 3. Shot no good. The chip is gone. It's gone. It's gone. With 1.2 remaining. Knicks take the lead. OG Anunoby, and it's 107-106.
Yeah. A lot of us got, didn't we? If you're so inclined. Look, I only got from this standpoint. I mean, it could have been a 2-point game, and I would have gone to sleep at halftime. I would get up at 3:30, and then I would watch the game on DVR, and then I can fast forward through the commercials and all that good stuff, and I would have seen it. It would have felt live. I got because of the score at halftime. I thought the game was over, and then I learned the score. That's how I got.
When I woke up this morning, I was like, I wonder how much did the Spurs win by?
Yeah.
That was the question I asked.
You know what sent me to it was I wonder what the foul free throw attempt disparity was after all that complaining after the Game 3 loss. So I got from the standpoint that I could have, I watched stuff in 4 a.m, and it may as well be last night at 10:30. It's live for me. Every once in a while you make the mistake with the phone. You had to check the phone. And I'll tell you, the sneaky way you learn stuff is the messages. You forget about that. You're careful to avoid any media that will tell you and give you, details. But then if you hit on a message and you, like the first message I hit on had a Falcons logo, and I thought, okay, what happened?
Right.
Spurs new logo, Falcons. What? Uh-oh.
Yep.
Now, that could have meant that the comeback, there was a big comeback. It hadn't finished yet, per se, because that's all I could see. If you read the scroll up, I would have learned that they had won already. But, wow, just how?
And good thing you don't have social media, because that's another thing.
Right, that's what I mean.
Yep.
Yeah, whether it's social media or online, just, normal or more traditional platforms, however it is. Yeah, you went to bed last night thinking that thing was put to bed, and it wasn't. And so now you feel like the series just put to bed. I don't know how the Spurs come back from 3-1 down. One team in NBA history has done that. 30-something others have not. And on top of that, you just blew a 29-point lead. How can you ever think you're good enough to win if you can't hold a 29-point lead? And that's where it kind of boils down. How am I possibly going to win 3 games in a row? How can I, in any way at all, think I'm good enough to win 3 straight games? I couldn't hold a 29-point lead. Oof. There's an interesting dynamic about something in the game last night. There's speculation that the rim or the hoop on the broadcast left side was bent or slightly off. Now, when you look at the raw field goal split statistically, it is odd. The Spurs scored 7 points or 7 points in the first half and 30 in the second. Broadcast left shooting percentage on the night, 23 of 76, 30.3%. That was the direction the Knicks went in the first half. That's the direction the Spurs went in the second half. The broadcast right hoop, the team shot 49 for 88, 55.7%. Don't ever do that again. A difference of 25 percentage points. Wow. Maybe it's just you got hot one half and the other you didn't, but inquiring minds, perhaps there'll be further investigations into Operation Bent Rim. Or maybe the Knicks just shot it terribly in the first half and the home team bent it for the second half. We'll get into kind of the anatomy of a collapse. Like you wonder, how do you blow a 29-point lead, man? And we're not talking about 20. I mean, it's 29 late. It's 27. Forget 29. It's 27 and a half. And you got through the third quarter. What was this? I got to review because, again, I got. I didn't watch all through the third and fourth. I just would, into third, into the fourth. I guess the Knicks cut it. Yeah, the Knicks cut 12 points into it. So you're up 76 to 49 at the half. And then, so that's your 29-point lead. You still, or 27-point lead. You still had a 15-point lead going to the third. And you took that 15-point lead in the third. Now I got to hit the play-by-play. Because you took that 15-point lead in the third quarter. Can I just go? What are we doing here? I'll have to. Okay, here we go. Let me go. Fourth quarter. Spurs lead by 15 still. Even though Knicks made a run at you in the third, that 27-point lead's coming in handy now. You're up 15 points going into the fourth quarter. You score the first bucket of the quarter. It's 90. You're up 17. There's 11 minutes to go. Victor Wembanyama hits a free throw. You're up 18 with 10 and a half minutes to go. Knicks miss. Spurs rebound. So you've got the ball up 18 with 10 minutes to go. In fact, the Knicks didn't. It gets worse. Gosh, you forget. 9:30 to go. Wemby scores. They're up 20. It's 95-75 with 9.5 minutes to go in the game. And then they went on. That's when the Knicks went on a run. Down 95-75. They hit a three. Okay, 95-78. No big deal. Then they get a two. They're back to that 15 point. There's 8:40 to go at this point. You're down 15. Spurs do call timeout. Spurs miss. Knicks rebound, but the Spurs get a steal. After getting fouled and inbounding, they ended up turning it over. Knicks came down. Karl-Anthony Towns hit a three. It's 12. So 95-83 now. Now there's 7:28 to go, and you're only down 12. And now we're back to that theory that the players take. But let's just get it to this number by this time. The Spurs hit a couple of free throws. They're up 14 with 7:14 to go. OG Anunoby, 3. All right, it's an 11-point game. Spurs turn it over. Knicks get a layup. Now there's 6:35 to go. It's a single digits, 97-88. Spurs hit a couple of free throws, though. They're up 11. There's 6 minutes to go in the game. They're up 11. Brunson hits a couple of free throws and puts it to 9. The Spurs miss a 3. Knicks rebound, run out. They score. Now it's a 7-point game. So now you're 7. Spurs miss another one, and there's 5 minutes to go still, and it's 7 until OG Anunoby with 4:34 to go. He hits a 3. It's 99-95. So it's just like tick, tick, tick. I mean, in between, it wasn't like it was a furious 14-0 run where Spurs had a number of stops. It just needed a couple buckets in there somewhere, and they would turn it over or miss a shot. So 29 in the first, 27 at half, 15 after the third, and up 20 with 9 minutes to go in the game. And then they then went just ice cold. Hit a couple of free throws. And other than that, really didn't make many points. 4 minutes to go, though. They do get a bucket. They're up 7 again. They get a bucket with 3:30 to go. They're up 7, 104-97. And then it's Alvarado with a 3. Brunson hits a 3 with 2:20 to go. It's a 1-point game. And that's when Wemby, and then they went back and forth, each team missing and missed free throw. That Wembanyama missed his 2 free throws with 1:47 to go, up 1. Knicks got the rebound. Brunson, driving floater. Seen that one before. Scores. Knicks lead for the first time all night with 1:22 to go. Now, the Spurs promptly turned it over, but the Knicks missed. Spurs get the rebound, and they foul Stephon Castle. He makes both free throws. The Spurs are up 1. And then the Spurs force a turnover off a miss. And on a run out with, 11.1, about 11 seconds to go, he's under the basket, De'Aaron Fox, with the Spurs up 1. And instead of kind of dribbling through, making him chase you down and run it down to 6-7 seconds and get fouled and go to the line and get those same 2 points that you would get for the layup, he instead went up for the layup with 11 seconds to go, and there's that guy again, OG Anunoby. Okay, I'll put the price tag on Patrick Mahomes. Let's just say we're now north of $60 million. We will also hit some other news and notes from around the National Football League. We're camping with the Jags all morning as well, so we got lots of feedback from coaches and players and a group of excited fans by what they saw yesterday out at the practice field. You're listening to The Drill, 1010XL, 92.5 FM.
The Drill. From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
This is your VSIN Action Update, brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. When you're stuck, call the Duck. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Denny Hamlin plus 275 to win the Great American Getaway 400 at Pocono with the Cup Series on Sunday and the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series Saturday. Justin Allgaier, the plus 350 favorite. William Byron and Connor Zilic, both 4-1 with the Miller Tech Battery 250. Martin Perez for the Braves today, $1.20 favorite of the White Sox minus 101. The White Sox have won 7 consecutive games at home, including a 2-1 decision over the Braves yesterday as Davis Martin won his 9th game of the season. The Rays swept the Red Sox out of Tropicana Field yesterday, and the Rays head to the Angels tomorrow, minus 130 to win the series. Progressive helping veterans drive their lives forward. More info, keystoprogress.com. With your action update, Mike Sennett, 1010XL.
If you own or manage a commercial property or HOA, one backup can quickly turn into a flooded parking lot and costly damage. Duck Duck Rooter's VACCON team brings the equipment and experience to get the job done right. Right now, get $250 off VACCON service and make sure your storm drains are ready for heavy rain. Keep water moving where it should, away from your property.
When you're stuck, call the Duck. 904-862-6769.
Dinner tonight? Make it easy and make it something everyone will love. With the Flame Broiler Family Meal Plan, you can feed 4 fast with fresh, flavorful options. You get 20 ounces of your choice of protein. Mix and match your favorites, plus steamed rice and a fresh veggie medley. It's a complete no-stress meal the whole family can agree on, starting at just $34.99. Skip the cooking tonight. Bring the family together and stop by any of Flame Broiler's 5 locations today.
Homeowners, is your home storm ready? Now during the storm season sale at Renewal by Anderson, you buy one window or door and get one 40% off. Plus, no money down, no payments, and no interest for 12 months. There's never been a better time to protect your home before the next storm. But this offer ends June 30th. Renewal by Anderson, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation.
License number CGC 1527613.
Want to stretch that dollar? Taylor Doll here to help save you money with the Money Pages magazine and app. Trying to figure out dinner? Money Pages has deals at your favorite local restaurants. Need auto repairs or an oil change? Money Pages has coupons to help you save. Looking to do some home improvement projects? Money Pages has deals on everything home, from AC repair and plumbing to flooring and painting. Check your mailbox for Money Pages today and download the app for savings on the go.
Prosser here. The world's biggest soccer tournament has arrived, and you can trade the entire tournament on Kalshi. On Kalshi, you can trade every match from the opening stage all the way to the final. Let's give a look at the World Cup winner. USA is trading at 1.5% to win it all, meaning a $100 trade would pay out around $6,600 if they win soccer's biggest prize. On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning there's no house. As the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code 1010XL to get $10 when you trade 10 Kalshi Kalshi dollars. Trade the beautiful game, 18 and over only. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see Kalshi.com/regulatory.
Hey, this is Lauren Brooks. If you love your dad or husband, but their garage is a mess, well, I've got good news for you. Closets by Design's Father's Day sale is here. Imagine custom cabinets for tools and beach gear, storage walls that actually organize the chaos, and durable garage flooring that makes the whole space feel brand new. It's the perfect gift for just about any dad. Right now, get 40% off plus an extra 15% off with free installation. Make an appointment today to see their garage showroom on Phillips Highway or visit them online, closetsbydesign.com.
Hello, this is Father Nicholas Lowe, and I want to talk to you about not being afraid of the crosses of life. Life can be difficult. Maybe today you're carrying a cross of worry or stress. Let me encourage you to remember that when Christ got on the big cross at Golgotha, he destroyed all the little crosses that we face in our life. He set us free from fear, worry, and anxiety. Our job is not to be carried by the cross, but to be carried by our faith.
For more inspiration, log on to stjohnthedivine.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focus, fueled, fearless, Farah.
All right, we're back here on a Thursday morning. Had my wrestle with technology today. I had to put my blind faith in technology, and it's being reaffirmed this morning now on the text line. I've had some of my buddies text me personally that there was construction on I-95 North and backups at Old St. Augustine Road. So, yeah, GPS said, I know it's going to take you 6 minutes longer to get to work, but you best go that way. Okay. Whatever you say. Also from the text line, I fell asleep late knowing the Knicks lost. What the heck? I got to watch recap. No way. Yeah, join the club, buddy. That's what I sent back. Join the club. A lot of people went to bed thinking the finals were tied at 2-2, but surprise, it's 3-1 Knicks after the biggest comeback in NBA Finals history, and we'll have more on that as we go along. We also had a question on the text line. There was a play in the game in the second half during the comeback where I think it was Jose Alvarado who's like straddling the backcourt, and it was a weird angle because at one point his entire body and the ball were in the backcourt. But I guess the rule is both feet have to be in the backcourt.
Correct.
And the ball.
Correct.
For it to be a backcourt violation. And even though it looks like, because he's way past the line, his whole body, and the way it happened, he kind of dribbled that way. It looked like he almost had a brain collapse.
So I think, his feet were on the other side, on the front court, but the ball was still in the back
No, the
court.
ball, actually, the second, it was all there. The second foot hadn't hit the ground yet. Like he had committed to it, but he was like almost like a save.
But, his foot didn't hit the ground.
And here's what throws you off. It's not one foot, it's both. So when you see that left foot come down, you're immediately like, that's backcourt, that's backcourt, that's backcourt. But I guess this is kind of like that rule in the NFL when the quarterback's running and it looks like it's the first down, and then they are when he's going to pass and they say it goes all the way back to his toe. Like he can be completely past the line of scrimmage when he releases the ball as long as his the back of his toe is not dragged past the line of scrimmage. That's similar to that. It looks like it's a violation. But I think, as best as I can understand, that's why that wasn't called. All right, let's call for a football fix, give you some headlines and news from around the National Football League. More Jag talk in the 7 o'clock hour. Fred Taylor is going to join us for some minicamp talk. That's at 8:30 this morning, so stick around for that. Well, that Trevor Lawrence deal don't look so bad with each passing day. Kind of thought that would be the overall feel as we age into these unbelievable deals. Patrick Mahomes going to make over $500 million in his reworked deal. What'd Trevor get? $275?
Yeah.
Chiefs are adding 2 years to Mahomes' contract in a reworked deal that keeps him in Kansas City through 2033 for $504 million. The new money on the deal is worth $239 million, so the total value of $504 from 26 through 33, with the first 4 years being guaranteed at signing. He can make up to $522 million, but who's counting? Through incentives and escalators. Beginning in 2027, when the new money begins, the deal averages $64 million per year, sets an NFL record for average annual value. Would it surprise you at all if Patrick Mahomes had a second dominant run in his career like Tom Brady had?
Nah.
Or is he more injury prone and, and I say that because of his mobility in an odd way. He throws himself into harm's way. But Brady was not mobile at all, and he was a statue in the pocket, but he'd go down when he needed to go down. He wasn't at risk as much as Mahomes, who has been beaten up and banged up a couple of times. It's the third time in 6 years the Chiefs and Mahomes have reset the quarterback market. But he had, I forget what it was, but I know it was always referenced, these players like Brock Purdy and Trevor and Herbert. A lot of them were making more than Patrick Mahomes, but can all rest easy now. Jalen Hurts briefly addressed the A.J. Brown trade. You come into it, you have a sense of pride in how it began and definitely what we were able to accomplish. Nothing can take that away for the great things that we did. Now it's time to focus on achieving great things with this new iteration of the team. And we have gone through the various examples of how this is just one of those friendships that fell apart and now it's kind of dang near gone toxic, hasn't it? It's gone from no longer a friendship to what feels like it's a toxic situation almost with some of the back and forth. Deshaun Watson back in front of the microphones with a chance to be a starting quarterback, says it's very important to get an opportunity to start again after a pair of Achilles surgeries have had him sidelined for almost 2 full years now. Spoke to reporters yesterday at Cleveland's second day of minicamp. It's the first time he's commented. First time he's been interviewed since he ruptured his Achilles in October of 2024. I think each and every person that walks into the locker room should have that mindset. You want to start. That's why we show up each and every day. Go out there and perform on Sundays, whatever the day is. So, yeah, definitely the main focus. The 30-year-old Deshaun Watson is now healthy after having a second surgery in January of 2025 to repair another Achilles rupture. Kept him out of all last season. He is now going into the 5th and final year of that fully guaranteed $230 million. So think back to the Patrick Mahomes contract we were just talking about. It was a 7-year deal over the next 7 years. And his guaranteed money, what did I say? It was like $229 million. Deshaun Watson just made in the last 5 as much guaranteed money as Patrick Mahomes is going to make in the next 7. Make it make sense. We got a dynamic, dominant quarterback in a new offense, and that can always be interesting to see just how it works. But that's the situation in Baltimore, where John Harbaugh and his offensive mindset and coordinators are gone. Now it's offensive coordinator Declan Doyle, who is instructing Lamar Jackson, who said yesterday, I feel like there's going to be a lot of explosiveness this year. The way Declan calls plays, his creativity with his mind, how detailed he is, it's mind-blowing. Jackson has developed really as pretty productive downfield passer. You might be surprised if you look at Lamar Jackson's numbers, just how proficient he has become as a thrower. That there are plenty of guys, though, that can throw it. What made Lamar Jackson so unstoppable, so dynamic, and so regular season dominant. He's got 2 MVPs a year, or is it 3? 2?
I think it's 2.
was because of that dual threat ability, because what he could do as a running back. Lamar Jackson, in his prime as a runner, had a 1,200-yard rushing season, had a 1,000-yard rushing season. Just 2024, 2 years ago, he threw for 4,100, 41 touchdowns, 4 picks, and he ran for 915. Last year, only played 13 games of the 17, played full season in 2024. Now, that was that, that also, by the way, you pin on Lamar. You can't, but at Buffalo, he did everything to win that game he could. But last year, just 349 yards rushing, half the attempts, threw for just 2,500 yards. So last year, less than 3,000 total yards a year after the over 5,000 in the MVP year. That's some news and notes for the National Football League. There's more, and we'll get to it. Jag Talk when we come back on the other side. Doc Kevin Murphy joins us in the 7 o'clock hour. We'll run through the injury sitches out there in the sports world. And happy to have you up and along with us. You're listening to The Drill on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Take us into the black hole.
They may not be able to beam you into the future, but they can make your ride home a lot more fun. Frank French and Hayes Carline.
The Frangie Show.
Afternoons on 1010XL.
Mike Dempsey, if you're thinking about a bathroom upgrade, maybe turning that old tub into a safer walk-in shower, check out 5 Star Bath Solutions. I shopped around, talked to several companies, and I chose 5 Star because their customer service was simply incredible. Responsive, honest, upfront about the entire project, and their pricing was even better than expected. When you're ready for a fresh look, better comfort, and a bathroom space you'll love using every day, schedule your free consultation at 5starbathsolutions.com and get the 5-star experience.
Hey, it's Joe C. Wingstop just dropped the boneless meal deal for 2. 20 boneless wings, choice of 4 flavors, a large fry, and 2 dips. All for only $16.99. Limited time. And while you're crushing that deal, get in the Club Wingstop loyalty program. 10 points for every single dollar you spend. Sign up now at 1010XL.com/Wingstop. I'm locked in. You need to be too. Wingstop, baby. Get the deal and get in the club. Bonus meal deal for 2 and Club Wingstop. Limited time only at Wingstop.
Find out what Pete Prisco's paying attention to.
That's a very good idea.
CBS Sports senior NFL writer Pete Prisco joins the Frangie Show.
We're going to have a good time together.
Thursdays on 1010XL. Brought to you by Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles.
Summer's almost here, and that means it's grilling season. Before you overpay at the big box stores, make a stop at Houston's Meat Company on Main Street and 295. For more than 50 years, Houston's has been Jacksonville's local butcher shop, serving up quality meat, incredible prices, and the kind of service you just can't find at a grocery chain. Steaks, burgers, chicken, ribs, whatever's on the grill this weekend, Houston's has you covered. Shop local, grill better. Make Houston's Meat Company part of your weekend tradition.
Hey, gang, you might be aware credit card interest rates are now over 29%. Most people are only making the minimum payment, so they're getting nowhere. But here's what many homeowners don't realize. That use the equity in your home. You can easily access hundreds of thousands in cash, and with Loan Pronto's rapid equity loan, you can pay off your credit cards, your existing HELOC, your car loans, get money for that home improvement project. One client just got $100,000 approved, saved over $1,500 a month. And here's the best part with Loan Pronto. You can do it all from your phone. With zero out-of-pocket, no hard credit pull up front, no appraisal, no long, drawn-out bank process, and no touching your first mortgage. Rates are at a near 3-year low. Act now. Go to loanpronto.com. See how much you can get in about 60 seconds. Loan Pronto. 2,800 5-star Google reviews. Call 904-999-1508. Or go to loanpronto.com. That's 904-999-1508 or loanpronto.com.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Hi, folks. Frank Frangie for the farm at Okefenokee. My wife and I and a bunch of friends just got back from the farm, and we had an incredible experience. We toured the regenerative farm, as well as the beautiful handcrafted cabins, and were treated to a fantastic farm-to-table dinner created by Congreve and Penn. Man, was it good. Well, you can learn more at okefarm.com. That's okefarm.com. And even hear my interview with farm co-founder Doug Davis to learn even more about this amazing property. That's okefarm.com.
What if your next fun day out costs just $70 to play all day? That's exactly what you get at the Battalion Airsoft Arena, the only indoor airsoft battlefield in Jax. Skip the same old boring entertainment choices and step into real action with your crew. Perfect for birthdays, company team building, graduation parties, or just epic weekend fun. No experience? No problem. The Battalion package includes everything: gun, mask, and ammo with unlimited play. So lock in your mission now at BattalionAirsoftArena.com.
When the world turns its attention to the beautiful game, the most passionate fans know the best seat in the house isn't always in the stadium. Modelo celebrates football and the world of nations playing for the cup. 48 teams, 104 games. Wherever you choose to watch, make it the best seat in the house with a Modelo Especial in hand. It's time to play for the World Cup.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Jag head coach Liam Cohen is fine with fans at OTAs.
Give the fans what they want, get the ball down the field a little bit, and we appreciate the whole fan base and community coming out to support it.
You can hear the NHL Stanley Cup live this evening on 10:10 a.m. Hurricanes taking on the Golden Knights. Puck drops at 7:30. That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson. Currently, it's 7:04 and it's 73 degrees. Your time and your temp is brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
All right, we're back here on The Drill. Happy Thursday morning to you. Feel like I need to give the texting and driving PSA this morning. I don't know what gives. It's my ride in today. The texters and drivers were all over the road. I normally don't see that. Be careful out there, trusting that technology. All right. First things first, how impressive, and again, I'm not like sending up the fireworks over, practice catches. But I'd rather see my guy just catch any and everything every single time. Every team would. And that's what Brian Thomas Jr. has done. Did it again yesterday in front of a full house. There 3 or 4 what would have been touchdowns. And one. The other side of this, too, is Trevor's dropping it in anywhere and everywhere. So that's going to, carry over to other receivers, other positions in the pass game. But BTJ, after his stumbles a year ago, all off. Could you imagine, by the way, if all the quote-unquote punt. By the way, how the dotting of the I's and the crossing of the T's on A.J. Brown to the Jags, is that still in play or did that go away? Yeah. We're going to trade Brian Thomas Jr. for about 5 different guys this offseason. Could you imagine if he had been traded and he were in someone's camp and these were the highlights? Trust the Jags. They know what they're doing. When they told us all along, I don't know where it's coming from. We're not trading. Every 10 minutes, there'd be another report they were trading. I mean, it's gotten less trustable than ever. But how good has Brian Thomas Jr. been? So good that when the defensive coordinator, Anthony Campanile, took his turn at the microphone yesterday, first question. Brian Thomas Jr.
He's done a great job. I thought he did a great job last year, and he's really had a great spring. I think you guys obviously have seen that. But he's one of those guys. He's a big, long guy that can really run, and there's not that many of those guys walking around, so he's tough to cover.
That's how impressive he's been. Media thinks first, the first question is, man, coach, you're trying to stop that guy. How good has he looked? And again, it's all relative,
Where do you think BTJ is as far as, how they always like, who's the fastest guy in the league? I think BTJ probably might be top 10 as far as like fastest guys in the league. He's up there.
You know what? He was so absent last year that you kind of forget what, but he definitely in that rookie year had some plays, and they're trying to get that into this offense. And this is where the offensive line's going to have to contribute.
Yeah.
It's easy with you can't touch the quarterback. The pass rush is at half speed. the players are in, shorts and jerseys. It's easier to get a nice, comfortable 6-step drop and heave it downfield 55 yards to a streaking Brian Thomas Jr. Not so easy when it's a regular season football game and the other guys are trying to kill you. You don't have that time and that comfort. So, as much as they work on the downfield passing in the day, and they are putting in those, and I would expect to see a couple of shots a game minimum. And if you look at what the Bucs did under Liam Cohen, they did that with Godwin and with Mike Evans. They send downfield. We didn't have a lot of downfield shots because they weren't being, and we'd hit them and they'd drop them or we'd miss them or just there's still layers to this offense that can be exploited. I think that probably is the point. And, you'll hear later this morning, Liam Cohen's got to balance the offense being its best with his players getting their numbers. The Spurs pulled an all-timer last night. No one's ever blown a 27-point halftime lead in the finals. And look, some of it is obviously due to the Knicks. None of it, I would assume Mike Brown would say, is due to the officiating. So that was absent last night. But they authored a collapse that no one wants to have on their resume. This series is taking the sledgehammer to my DNA theory because the DNA of these two franchises couldn't be any more different. One's thick and rich of championship, genes, and the other's consummate underachiever. It's what makes a 29-point blown lead even that much more shocking. The Spurs actually led the Knicks by 29 on two separate occasions, including with 9 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the third quarter. And then Wemby kind of went mistake after mistake. The Knicks roar back. They're up 3-1. The collapse didn't happen all at once. I'm on SI, who lists a string of bad decisions and silly plays that got the Spurs now to a 3-1 deficit. 5 moments that doomed the Spurs. If you were watching, and that might be a difficult ask, although the later we get into the morning, we're going to get more and more ET of the crowd that was up for the whole game, and they're going to be excited about what they just watched. All right, with 2:43 to go in the third, Mitchell Robinson completed an alley-oop, and the Spurs lead was cut to 15, 87-72. Knicks showing life. Spurs need an answer. And it was due almost entirely to poor shot selection. De'Aaron Fox missed a three-pointer on the ensuing possession. Stephon Castle got the offensive rebound out to Wemby. He hoisted a 25-footer that missed. Fox grabbed the board, kicked it back to Wemby, who again settled for a long three that missed. Knicks grabbed the rebound, go the other way, and that's where I told you hit the three. Now they're down 12. But that was emblematic. At one point, the Spurs missed 8 straight three-pointers. The same things that did the Knicks in, not the excuse of the officiating. What did the Knicks in is they missed 10 straight threes in the fourth. Well, that's what did the Spurs in last night. They missed shots. Fast forward now, midway through the fourth. They came up empty on 4 key, and I kind of detailed this. There was a lot of room in there where you're protecting a 10, 12-point lead, and the Knicks give you the ball 2 or 3 times. You never extend. Mikal Bridges made a runner with 8:44. The gap was down to 15. San Antonio called timeout up 15. Traded empty possession. Spurs had it back 8 minutes to go. A chance to extend the lead. A Jalen Brunson foul extended the possession, but that didn't help. Castle forced a 19-foot step-back jumper as the shot clock expired. And instead of the lead going back to 17 or 18, an empty possession, the Knicks outscored the Spurs 8-2 in the next minute, and the lead was down to single digits. I've mentioned this. The 2 brick free throws late by Wemby. There's a minute and a half to go in the game, and the Spurs are up 1, and he missed both ends of a free throw. If not, think about it. If he makes 1, it's a tie game. We're in overtime. How do you not put a body on a guy, man? As physical as the Spurs are and as athletic. Did you see where OG Anunoby was when Jalen Brunson put up the three-pointer?
Yep.
Outside the three-point line on the wing. He followed the ball right down the lane, unencumbered, and went up and tipped it in. I mean, who's not putting a body in the lane there, man?
Yeah.
Right after the Wemby misses, by the way, the Knicks took their first lead of the night. Stephon Castle had kind of a late game turnover. Stepped on the line. Could have get called for an offensive foul, to be honest with you, but he turned it over down on the baseline. And then De'Aaron Fox, another one I talked about, he had a chance to run out the clock or run out more of it. The Spurs were up 106-105 after the Knicks turned it over. Spurs got the ball. De'Aaron Fox did it about half court with 12.8 seconds to go. Rather than dribble through the basket and down and around, you've seen him do it. Run the clock. Then maybe find a teammate. Pass across the court. You could have run it down to 3 or 4 seconds if the Knicks aren't super smart and get to you. But instead, he went up for a layup, and OG Anunoby, who I would say is going to be the series MVP, went up for a block. So, yeah, that's how.
And the block looked clean.
It was clean. Yeah, I mean, there's a little bit of physicality to it, but it was clean. I mean, you get to the point, especially when the coaches and the players from both sides whine about the fouls. You make fans think that if a guy gets touched, it's a foul. Two dudes get to both go up. If one of them's bigger or stronger and the other bounces off, too bad for little guy. But they too often now call those. I feel like on a guy who's in good position and hadn't done anything wrong. And last night was a good block. I'm glad they did. Excuse me. I'm glad they didn't call the foul there. Could you imagine? I wonder if that's one where he swallowed the whistle, talking about Mike Brown's complaints. Can you imagine that arena if they would call that foul? Because it could have got away with, just from the naked eye, it wouldn't have shocked you if they called a foul. And foul would have been kind of a smart play just to, not get him to.
Free buckets.
Right, don't get him a free bucket. Maybe he misses 1 or 2, you're only down 2. But, nothing came of that. So this is the last question. We'll come back with a 10-minute drill and hit some more NFL news and sports news. But the addition of Jalen Brunson emerging to an all-NBA player certainly is the genesis of this Knicks revitalization of the franchise. Getting rid of Randall, an all-star player for you, is playing very well. And bringing in Karl Anthony Towns, another NBA all-star, is certainly another big, splashy move that has also greatly contributed to the Knicks being a game away. But, really, it was the deal they made with Toronto, and they sent R.J. Barrett, and they get this dude. What is Toronto doing giving up OG Anunoby for R.J. Barrett, bro? Now, he's been known as a defensive player since he came into the league. He was a first-rounder out of Indiana in 2017. He won an NBA championship in Toronto. He was on that team that won in Toronto in 2019. He led the league in steals. He was first-team all-defensive team in 22-23. Then in December got traded to the Knicks. This year, he was second-team all-defensive team. And in the NBA Finals, his tip-in last night gave him a game-high 33, set other high-scoring games. And if the Knicks win the series in San Antonio, I would say that OG Anunoby has been the MVP.
You hear what they're calling the tip-in, like the name of that play?
Oh, what is it?
The Hand of OG.
The Hand of OG. You're listening to The Drill. We'll come back with a 10-minute drill. We've got Doc Kevin Murphy later this hour as well. It's a Thursday. Thanks for being with us.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. This World Cup soccer update is laced up by Valvoline Instant Oil Changes and Houston's Meats.
Westwood One Sports presents this World Soccer Update sponsored by Henkel, official partner of U.S. Soccer. The World Cup begins today. It runs until July 19th. The first 2 of the 104 games will begin at 3 Eastern in Mexico City, with Mexico taking on South Africa. They've only met twice in non-friendlies, a 1-1 draw in the 2010 World Cup that was in South Africa, a 2-1 South Africa victory in the 2005 Gold Cup. Mexico's only 2 World Cup wins came in 1970 and 1986 when they were playing at at home, as they will do today. Mexico was not in the last World Cup 4 years ago in Qatar, didn't qualify. The second game today is in Guadalajara. It's the other Group A team, South Korea versus Czechia. They've never met before in a non-friendly. Both have had World Cup success. South Korea, that Cinderella run of the semifinals in 2002 in Japan. Czechia, then Czechoslovakia, 2 losses in Cup finals. With this World Soccer Update, John Stechauer, Westwood One Sports.
Gear up for the games this summer. Henkel's Summer of Soccer Sweepstakes is giving fans the chance to win the new 2026 U.S. Men's National Team jersey and U.S. Soccer Store gift cards. Everything you need to show up and support the home team, so don't miss out. No purchase necessary. Starts May 16th and ends June 15th, 2026. Must be 18 and a resident of the contiguous United States. Visit HenkelSoccerSweeps.com for official rules. Sponsored by Henkel. Henkel, proud partner of U.S. Soccer.
Progressive presents the Passionate Sports Fan Checklist. Signed jersey of your favorite bench warmer? Check. 14 bobbleheads that look nothing like the players they're emulating? Check. Twin TVs so you can watch the game on 2 different networks simultaneously? Check. Life-size wall sticker of your favorite player that routinely freaks you out at night? Check. A second life-size wall sticker so after the first one freaks you out, you see the second and you're like, oh right, the wall stickers. Check and mate. Bundle your renters and auto insurance with Progressive and save on protection for the things on your checklist. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers not available in all states or situations covered subject to policy terms.
ET here for Encore Research. And this summer, discover the power of research. Clinical studies are helping researchers find better ways to prevent, diagnose, and treat disease. And community members like you make it all possible. Your participation could help drive the next generation of healthcare discoveries. Find out how you can make a difference at EncoreDocs.com. Research moves forward because of volunteers like you. Let's build a healthier Jacksonville together.
When it comes to glass, you don't want average. You want flawless. Duval Glass and Mirror has transformed homes and businesses across Jacksonville for over 35 years. Frameless showers that wow. Mirrors cut exactly to your style. Fogged or broken glass replaced. Decorative tabletops. Windows replaced or repaired to stand up to Florida storms. All backed by a 100% guarantee. Visit DuvalGlass.com for your free quote. There's only one name for glass and mirror around these parts. It's Duval.
Hey, summertime is finally here, and it's time to take advantage of Zero Res's best deal of the summer. Hicken here. Don't let rising gas prices stop you from having a clean and healthy home. Zero Res is keeping comfort affordable with powerful cleaning at a price families can feel good about. Zero Res can handle every surface in your home. Carpets, tile, grout, hardwood, laminate, upholstery, rugs, air ducts, and more. Take 25% off all services except air duct cleaning. That's $5.99 per system for air duct cleaning, by the way. 2 great deals. 25% off all services except air duct cleaning, which is $5.99 per system. Visit ZeroResJacksonville.com, ZeroResJacksonville.com. Ask for the 1010XL special.
When you want to know what's happening in Gainesville, roll with the Gator Report. I'm Joe C. Listen for updates on Florida Gator athletics several times a week on 1010XL. Built by Cash Building Material. Windows and doors done right.
Go, Gator! This is Jeff Middlecoff with Cogent Bank. My associate Ryan Salem and I joined Cogent Bank because we wanted to revolutionize the mortgage business, just like Cogent Bank has revolutionized the banking business. So Ryan Salem and I are able to leverage the power and stability of Cogent Bank to go out and find our clients the best investors, the best products, and the best rates in the entire country for your particular mortgage loan. Of course, you don't have to be a customer at Cogent Bank to take advantage of our mortgage services to buy or refinance your home. We offer jumbo loans, VA, FHA, conventional and investment loans. At Cogent Bank, we offer mortgages nationwide, so we can help you with a second home or help a family member who lives or is moving to another state. Call Ryan Salem or myself, Jeff Middlecoff, at Cogent Bank today, 904-442-9191, to see how we can help you with any of your mortgage loan needs, whatever or wherever they may be.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, Cogent Bank, NMLS ID 402296, Ryan Salem, NMLS ID 1182429, Jeff Middlecoff, NMLS ID 249086.
You know interest rates are high all over the country, except for right here at Beard's Diamonds. Beard's is rolling back interest rates all the way to 0. That's right. Get 0.0% financing right now through June 30th for 5 whole years. So you can splurge on that $10,000 engagement ring and pay just $167 a month with nothing down. Pick any item. Spread your payments over 5 years with 0 interest charges. Who else does this? Beards Diamonds is making everything more affordable. Earrings, pendants, bands, bracelets, colored gemstone jewelry, designer fashion jewelry. Now through June 30th, get the best value price Beards is famous for and enjoy 5 years of interest-free financing. That $3,000 pair of earrings she's been dreaming about is just $50 a month with 0 down. All natural and lab-grown diamonds included. Don't miss this extraordinary smart buying opportunity. Beards Diamonds, Jacksonville's premier jeweler. Not corporate-owned like everyone else, but locally owned for over 4 decades at the St. John's Town Center. On approved credit, see store for details.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. And now, let's light up the Firehouse Subs 10-minute drill.
Hit it! Well, we want to rock right now. He's rocking with some sports opinion, and E.T. will take over the driver's seat. We've got Doc Kevin Murphy coming up this hour. Fred Taylor, an hour from now, is perspective on the Jaguars and minicamp underway.
Jeffrey.
Yes, sir.
We got some breaking news.
What you got,
in
man?
the Jaguars camp.
Oh.
We got a new Jaguar joining the team.
Oh, yeah, on the way. You're right about that. Yeah, I think I know where you're going.
Oh, yeah. Trevor Lawrence and Marissa has announced Marissa's pregnant with a baby boy.
And the key word there is boy, because I always say that because they had a little girl already, right? Wasn't that in like December, maybe?
Correct.
Yeah,
they had a baby girl, and now they got a baby boy on the way.
So
baby
yeah,
bacon.
Trevor's taking the Prosser approach to parenthood. We barely had the first one. We were announcing the second one. Or barely, and the first one became the first two, and the second one became the third. I mean, we're 17 months in, and we're already in zone coverage, GT.
Jim, I was thinking about this last night.
But congrats to Trevor, and here's
absolutely.
to a healthy pregnancy from this point forward.
Congratulations.
What does that mean, though? So that means we got another in-season due date.
Probably, yeah.
Right? Because if you're far enough along to announce and you know the sex, I guess you're probably, 14, 15 weeks in? So another 5, so it'll be close. Yeah, it'll probably be about the same. They may share the daggone birthday.
They might. I was thinking about this last night as I was watching the first half of the game because obviously I didn't finish the game.
Yeah,
but,
you and a lot of people.
With all the attention that this finals is getting, what about like the commercials? Because they make a big deal for Super Bowl commercials. What about commercials during the NBA finals? Like, is it a thing? Like, you know how with Super Bowl commercials, obviously we watch the Super Bowl for the commercials.
I would think that your Super Bowl commercial, your NBA postseason commercial inventory is built into the appreciation for your regular season, investment in the NBA, where many nights you get nothing in return. So no, I don't think that suddenly the networks are in a position to charge X amount more. It all boils down to the number of people watching. And the Super Bowl is a great talker, but at the end of the day, it's the how many people even watch? 100 million people? What is the Super Bowl? How many people? How many millions?
Oh, goodness.
50, 60 million?
Something crazy.
So, no, I don't think the others, the World Series maybe at a point could have. I don't think the NBA will get there.
Football is king.
We're going to get to a point here where it's all going to be streamed, and the advertising dollar isn't going to be what drives it all as much, or at least not the traditional, commercials.
Now, Jeff, in all the sporting events that you've been to, have you been to the Masters before?
Yes.
Okay. The reason why I bring that up is because of the whole lottery situation, which I'm brand new to. Like, you could put in to win tickets for the lottery.
Right. Did you do that?
I haven't yet.
Okay.
So the lottery is open right now.
Is it? It's just simple as it sounds. Now, I know I'm like you. I know people that put in every year and they never get it. It's a very small amount, but hey, if you would like to go, it's worth a try.
It's worth a try. So the lottery's open right now from June 1st to June 20th. And you could put in for all of the days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. However, Augusta's different. They pick what day you're going to go.
Yeah, that's right.
They're like, all right, you're getting Friday tickets, and that's it.
Yeah.
And so and then what that lottery is you don't actually get the tickets for free. You get to buy the tickets at face value for $160.
Yeah.
So the Mastery Lottery is going on right now. It's going on from the 1st through the 20th. And you win one day and you pay the $160. Now, if you don't pay the $160, you get the tickets for about $2,200 off of stuff.
Is that how much it is?
Yeah, going crazy.
Oh, well, a lot of I don't know the entire process at the Masters of how they dole out their tickets, but I do know that there are people that have them every year.
Yeah?
Yeah. There are season ticket holders.
Oh,
per
for
se.
real?
100%. There's a plenty of people that have tickets every year to the Masters. Yes, I don't know if they're handed down. I don't know if they're deeded. I don't know how it works. I went with somebody. The person that I went with had them like in his family, and they forever, year after year, and every year. He's been every year since. I went up there with him. I'll go next year with somebody. I don't know exactly how it works. I might be getting a text right now, by the way.
So they say it's free to go put in for the lottery. And I'm definitely going to shoot my shot and put my bid in.
Clay County Gator has texted me to tell you that the first rule about the Masters Lottery is we don't talk about the Masters Lottery. You better be careful.
I didn't announce it on
first rule about the Masters Lottery is we don't talk about the Masters Lottery. I might need to settle down there just a little bit.
Simmer down there, champ.
The Super Bowl peak audience this year, you want to guess? We are in a country of about 340 million, 335 million people live in the United States of America. So I need you to tell me the audience reach U.S. This is the U.S. audience. So of the 330 million, how many of those million were watching the Super Bowl when it peaked in the second quarter this year?
I'm going to go with 60 million.
Okay. Higher.
Ooh, 90.
Higher.
Oh, 130 million.
Higher.
Oh my goodness. 200 million?
No. 137.8. 137.8.
That's a lot of people.
Do you understand what the share of that will be? There's two different numbers in television. There's ratings and share. The ratings are the percentage of people that are watching something.
Right.
The share are the percentages of TVs that are actually on and what they're watching. It's a big difference.
Yeah.
The rating is different from the share. It's the percentage. It is exactly what you're watching. Okay, so they breaks it down further. If you're like 50% of the people in Jacksonville are watching, but 90% of the people who are watching television are watching. That's the difference in the share and the rating. But yeah, that's a big number there.
With the real quick, with the we spoke on this, we touched as far as the NBA Finals MVP. You believe it'll be OG? Although I'm still leaning Brunson, because although he hasn't been playing efficient, his box scored number, like I think he scored 30 in 3 of the 4 games. So I think it'll still be Brunson.
I'm just watching the game, and I'm just it seems like if one or the other of these two guys is playing his best and the other's not playing as good as he is, his point total notwithstanding, I wouldn't disagree that some points are coming, but he's not played as good as he played in the regular season. Ananobi's playing unbelievable.
Yeah, it's like
and again, that's 33 he had last night. He's been hitting big threes the whole series. I don't know what's Ananobi averaging for the series.
A good question.
Let me look it up. I bet you it's in the 20s at least.
At least, yeah.
Last night, OG Anunoby, 10 of 15 from the field, 7 of 9 from 3, hit all 6 free throws, had 4 rebounds, had the big block that determined it. I am just looking at the most unbelievable stat, though. -1 with OG Anunoby on the floor, plus 17 with Karl Anthony Towns on the floor, plus 11 with Brunson on the floor. The difference, though, that -1 with Anunoby, I mean, if he hadn't been on even for his -1, it may have been -50. He must have been out there at that point. But let me see what OG has done when it comes to this. Versus San Antonio. Well, they're not giving me this. All right. All right. He had 33. He had 28 in game 3. And then 17 in games 1 and 2.
Okay.
And he is shooting from 3 in the series. He's 50 by game, 50% from three, 40% from three, 43% from three, 77.8% from three last night. At the end of the day, the Knicks won the series because they came from 29 back, and they came from 29 back because OG Anunoby led them back and won the game.
He did.
And if Jalen Brunson hadn't played last night, maybe they could have still come back and won. If OG Anunoby hadn't played last night, they lose by double digits.
Fair.
And so if you got a guy who is so what does that equal, by the way? 33 and 28 is 61, and another 34 would be 105 divided by 4. He's averaging 25 points a game, man. 25 points, 4 boards. He's got 6 blocks and for 1 point, a block and a half a game. To me, he's been the most valuable player. As good as Brunson is, and he's the better overall player. But Jalen Brunson's rebound last night, and I don't mean a physical rebound in the game, but rebounding statistically last night either, because he had a much better shooting night last night. Although, at the end of the day, the game's on the line. One of them puts it up and misses. The other swoops in and saves the evening.
And of OG.
Yeah, it was him. All right, give folks a chance to pick up a little something. I'm going to come back with a World Cup primer. It starts today. And then we'll visit with Doc Kevin Murphy at the end of the hour as well.
I got free airport parking from usapark.net just in time for the summertime travels. Hit me up right now, 904-641-1010, if you want some free airport parking.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Live streaming from the XL Digital Studios. Brightened by Harbor Dental Care, Jacksonville's first choice for dental emergencies.
Key Buick GMC, proudly family-owned and operated since 1943. Come see why we are North Florida's new and pre-owned truck center, conveniently located on Southside and JTB, just minutes from the St. John's Town Center. At Key Buick GMC, every new vehicle comes in our lifetime powertrain warranty. Key Buick GMC, we are professional grade. KeyBuickGMC.com. Lifetime powertrain warranty covers engine, transmission, drivetrain only. Exclusions apply. See dealer for details.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party. Hey man, what's Hard Rock Bet giving you players?
If you win your first $5 bet, you get $150 in bonus bets.
$750? ¿Cuánto? Whoa, was that Ronaldinho? Sounds like his first bet scored.
Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook. Roll with us. New customers bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets if you win. Payable in bonus bets, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about your gambling? Call or text 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
Hey guys, Prosser here. When you need new windows or doors, you want high-end quality without the middleman markup, and that's exactly why I'm telling you about Cash Building Materials. Same premium materials, same beautiful finishes, but at a price that actually makes sense for your home. No subcontractors, no runaround, just their own experienced crews who treat your house like it's theirs. Get a quote today. Thank me tomorrow. For windows and doors, search Cash Building Material. Windows and doors done right.
Summer break means the kids are home and your plumbing is working overtime. If something's acting up and backing up, call Duck Duck Rooter. We've got years of experience and honest pricing that's as straightforward as our fixes. With the Summer Splash Plumbing promotion, receive 1 free drain cleaning with any plumbing repair of $500 or more. Fix what's wrong, clear what's clogged, and get back to enjoying your summer.
When you're stuck, call the Duck. 904-862-6769.
Credit card interest rates are now over 29%. Most people are only making the minimum payments, so they're getting nowhere. Hey, Prosser here, but here's what many homeowners don't realize. Using the equity in your home, you can easily access hundreds of thousands in cash. With Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan, you can pay off your credit card, your existing HELOC, your car loans, or get money for that home improvement project. One client just got $100,000 approved and saved over $1,500 a month. Here's the best part. With Loan Pronto, you can do it all from your phone. With zero out-of-pocket, no hard credit pull up front, no appraisal, no long drawn-out bank process, and no touching your first mortgage. Rates are at a near 3-year low. Act now. Go to loanpronto.com. See how much you can get in about 60 seconds. Loan Pronto, 2,800 5-star Google reviews. Call 904-999-1508 or go to loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
There's a simpler and easier way to get your construction permits. PermitRockstar.com. PermitRockstar.com has a team of rock stars, construction rock stars that fight the permit battle for you. The Permit Rockstar platform can virtually automate and submit your permit paperwork, eliminating mistakes, and their private provider can save you weeks on plan reviews and virtual inspections. Get your permits faster. PermitRockstar.com. Stop waiting on permits and get back to building. PermitRockstar.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focus, fueled, fearless, Farah.
Following the Knicks' historic Game 4 comeback, New York City Police Department made multiple arrests as celebrations in Midtown Manhattan once again crossed the line into destructive, violent behavior. Boy, they're making the whole city and fan base look bad. I'm sure 95% of New York sure wish these cockroaches would run back to the sewer system they crawled out of. You got serious issues in life if you go to the Spurs hotel and throw bottles and trash at the players as they get off of the bus. If you shine laser pointers in their eyes as they try and get off, you got serious issues. And certainly it's not all of the fan base. But it's enough to make you not root for them. But Wemby had to be rushed inside last night after the team bus arrived at the Spurs hotel because there was a large gang of people there that were throwing bottles. And, I mean, I'm not talking about just, the walk of shame, getting hit with a tomato. It's dangerous. And it's putting a little bit of a mark on what the Knicks are doing on the sports side, and we'll keep it to that. And what a tremendous, unbelievable choke by the San Antonio Spurs last night, and they're going to have to earn their way back to respect. So close to maybe winning it all early in Wemby's career arc, and now you're going to have to go through that brutal Western Conference. You're going to have to work your way all the way back to a finals opportunity. You're going to have to close it out then. They're young. They're incredibly talented. They're only going to get better. I predict multiple titles for Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs. Multiple. But, man, just right there last night, boy, it's and it's going to look worse as it goes because Wembanyama is going to be known as one of the best players in league history. And you look back on the resumes of guys like Larry Bird and Michael Jordan and the greats of the game. And you know what they don't own? They don't have a little chapter about how they blew a 27-point lead in the finals. I guess Steph has one. Think more about, not Steph, I'm sorry, Kobe. He was part of the worst before this one was a 24-point finals lead that was blown by the Lakers against the Celtics, I think, in 2008. But, I mean, if Nick, God forbid if they went. Now, it's not totally new, and it's not just New York. They've been burning couches and acting ridiculous in Boston and Detroit and L.A. and all over the country. But that is just tearing up your own stuff, and it's stupid, and I'm not a fan of it. I'm talking more about attacking other people, physically attacking, violently attacking other people because they're a Spurs fan, and there's way too much of that's happened. Double-digit, 24 arrests of violence shown towards just Joe average people minding their own business. So that's what I'm talking. I'm not talking about, acting the fool. But when you destroy property, there's nothing fun or exciting about it. If somebody owns that, they got to replace it. Ain't cool. Anyway. All right, so the World Cup is officially upon us. Did you know that?
I did.
Talked a little bit about it. We got some insight earlier in the week. Do you watch soccer at all, ET? I know you'll probably watch the World Cup.
No, not really.
Yeah, this is where I'm going to say to you, like something we said off air. I don't know if I've said it on air, but yeah, the biggest lie told by American sports fans is that they're not going to watch any of the World Cup or that the soccer, they're not interested. You will be the most understated and reported viewership number is dudes forever hated soccer saying they haven't watched or won't watch any of the World Cup as it continues to grow. in notoriety here. Soccer certainly expanded. We're not a soccer country by any stretch. I wonder if the USA got good, if it wouldn't help. I'm not sure it would. We're a football country, man. It's NFL and big-time college football, and the rest are just eating the scraps. I have in front of me, though, for those that are inclined to really get knee-deep, when the World Cup will become, and soccer will become big and visible and vibrant in the U.S.? When somebody in my enormous friend group before the World Cup starts shoots me over some sort of World Cup contest to get in.
Oh, yeah?
Like a Masters pick or a fantasy or Super Bowl squares or all those little kind of things that, that get you interested. But when I start getting that, like pick a team, there's how many teams are there? What is it? Is it? I don't even know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, 64 maybe? Does that sound right? Like maybe just like if you get a couple of teams assigned, right? Pick them out of a hat. All right, I got Paraguay and, Turkey. Let's go. 48. It give you something to latch on to. See, the problem here, even if you're a burgeoning American soccer fan base, the jokers will go out so early that they won't keep your attention. And so will they get you long enough that suddenly you find yourself, okay, I will watch, Argentina, England. We'll see. I will. I don't hate soccer. It is the middle of summer. It's played the right time. And I would, hope to root for the U.S. I mean, I'll root for them. I'd hope to root for some success, is I guess what I should say. I'd hope to see some, and I doubt that we were. We have a pitiful soccer program that doesn't get any better, and so whether the players just aren't, tough enough, or talented enough, mentally strong enough, or whatever the reasons are that American men embarrass us as a country in soccer, and it's the only sport where we get embarrassed. Where a country is large and is developed and is, quite frankly, rich as we are, we don't get embarrassed in many things. Just about any sporting event that we decide to go compete in, we very rarely get embarrassed. Like American men, I bet if you went down the list of everything, viable things. But to play a massive, worldly, popular team sport and to be as impotent as U.S. men have been in soccer, you're a national embarrassment, boys. Go prove me wrong. If you're looking for a winner, by the way, France and Spain seem to have grabbed the most attention from ESPN's panel of experts. Let's see. I see a bunch of Spain. I see a bunch of France. I see a Germany. I don't understand that pick, quite frankly. I see one England. I see one Brazil. So France and Spain seem to be the two that are most picked. And in fact, if you look at the other side, as each of these quote unquote experts pick both the winner and the runner up, there's a lot of flat out Spain versus France in the finale. Anyway, it starts today. I believe it is Mexico and South Africa, maybe. But the first World Cup game, the first official game today, 3:00 Eastern time. It's the first of 104 over the next several weeks. And like I said, at least for my own personal fandom, comes at a pretty good time. We're in the middle of summer, and I personally, it's not going to become the heartbeat of our radio show here, but I personally will take interest in a lot of games outside of the U.S. game. You're listening to The Drill on 1010XL, 92.5 FM, a doctor's viewpoint on the Chris Rodriguez foot situation, and more when we return.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. Hayes Carline and Ryan O'Halloran are bringing opinion, insight, and edge with the lead.
4 to 6 Friday afternoons on 1010XL.
I'm Frank Frangie, and I can tell you as Walk-Off Charities has grown, we now manage a large athletic facility with numerous fields, including the Bregan Baseball Complex. To get around, we needed a good, reliable golf cart. I went straight to Dynamic Drives and Design in Jack's Peak. I met with Travis, told him exactly what our needs were. Would you believe before you knew it, the perfect cart was delivered to us at an incredible price? If you need a golf cart, Travis and his team are the go-to. Learn more about them at dynamicdrivesdesign.com.
Hey, gang, Hickett here. When it comes to trucks and more trucks, the only name you need to know is George Moore Chevrolet. Right now, the showroom off Atlantic Boulevard is loaded with the toughest, strongest, hardest working Chevy trucks around. We're talking Silverado after Silverado, ready to work or play just as hard as you do. I just don't talk about them. I own them. I got 2 George Moore Chevrolet trucks of my own, and they've earned every mile, every job, every weekend. Power, dependability, style. Listen, gang, if it's a truck you want, it's George Moore Chevrolet. Stop by Atlantic Boulevard today and see why truck people keep on coming back to George Moore Chevrolet. George Moore Chevrolet, together! That's right.
Jacksonville, you voted, and Baker Glass came out on top. The Bold City Best Awards are all about locals choosing their favorites, and you picked them for Best Auto Glass and Best Glass and Mirror Service.
I'm back with Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
Champions aren't born. They're built. Follow 1010XL's coverage of organized team activities. Installed by Cash Building Material and Dexafit Jacksonville. Keep the offseason rolling with AA Automotive and 1010XL.
Attention skilled electricians. Are you undervalued at your current company? Time to step up to the bigger projects and better opportunities. Join the team at Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering not just the job, but an experienced, top-notch pay, unbeatable benefits, and the best working environments in the business. Please join the team that values your skills and rewards your hard work. Elevate your career to new heights. Apply today at millercareers.com, an equal opportunity employer.
You know interest rates are high all over the country, except right here at Beards Diamonds. Beards has rolled back interest rates all the way to 0. Hicken here, that's right. Get 0.0% financing now through June 30th for 5 years. You can splurge on that $10,000 engagement ring, pay $167 a month, nothing down. Pick any item, spread your payments over 5 years, 0 interest charges. Who else does that? Beards Diamonds is making everything more affordable. Earrings, pendants, bands, bracelets, colored gemstone jewelry, designer fashion jewelry. Now through June 30th, get the best value price Beards is famous for and enjoy 5 years of interest-free financing. A $3,000 pair of earrings she's been dreaming about? $50 a month, 0 down. All natural and lab-grown diamonds included. Don't miss this extraordinary smart buying opportunity. Beards Diamonds, Jacksonville's premier jeweler. Not corporate-owned like everyone else, but locally owned for more than 4 decades. Beards Diamonds at the St. John's Town Center.
Retired Lieutenant Colonel and ONU alumni Michael Dargavel here. The hardest transition isn't deployment, it's coming home. Be part of the solution at ONU's Mission Possible Gala, October 17th at Sawgrass Marriott. For information and to register, go to onuvets.org. That's onuvets.org.
Dinner tonight? Make it easy and make it something everyone will love. With the Flame Broiler Family Meal Plan, you can feed 4 fast with fresh, flavorful options. You get 20 ounces of your choice of protein. Mix and match your favorites, plus steamed rice and a fresh veggie medley. It's a complete no-stress meal the whole family can agree on, starting at just $34.99. Skip the cooking tonight. Bring the family together and stop by any of Flame Broiler's 5 locations today.
I used to dread going to the dentist. Every visit felt like a sales pitch with constant upselling, surprise fees on my bill, and I could never get in when I needed to. But Harbor Dental Care? Totally different. They saw me the next day, gave me honest pricing up front, and even set me up with a payment plan I could actually afford. No pressure, no surprise charges, just kind people who get it. If you want to experience dentistry the way it should be, book your appointment today at harbordental.care. That's HARBOUR dental.care.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Here's another call on the 1010XL hotline, driven by Key Buick GMC, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists is not affiliated with the NFL or the Jacksonville Jaguars. Discussion regarding injuries is solely based on opinion. Coming up, the weekly Southeast Orthopedic Specialists Medical Report featuring Dr. Kevin Murphy, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon specializing in sports medicine, upper extremities, and arthroscopy of the shoulders and knees. Dr. Murphy is a nationally and internationally recognized orthopedic expert. He's a former orthopedic consultant consultant to the White House and the Pentagon, and currently serves as head team physician for UNF and Northeast Florida area high schools.
All right, the hotline is hot. In an effort to distance himself from our stupidity and silliness, Doc joins us on the phone today. Good morning, Doctor. How are you doing?
Morning, boys.
All right, I got a few for you. Is there any known medical procedure that can stop the kind of choking that the Spurs did last night? Just curious. Did anyone go to San Antonio and look into anything? I mean, good gracious, what a choke job that was. I kid because I care. Doc, let's talk about Chris Rodriguez. Had a procedure on his left foot, we are told, and he's currently rehabbing. He's with the team, not on the field, and should be a good go by July. That all checks out?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to know specifically exactly what he had, but, you do a scope with more small little – a lot of those guys get little stress fractures in their fifth metatarsal, which can be problematic. That's a common thing in these basketball players. So that's the most likely thing.
Boy, you know what? You mentioned basketball players, and I think about the injury narrative we were having with OG Anunoby, who at that point just felt like a role player for the Knicks, and now look how important he became. He bounced back from that hamstring injury and it hasn't been bothered by it at all, and it gives you hope for fans that have players on their teams with hamstring injuries. And what do you know? Here is Ronald Acuna Jr. again with a still being listed as hamstring tightness. They put him, I believe, on a 10-day injury list. I don't know if it's 10 or 14 day injury list, so he's going to miss some more time. He had to do that earlier this year. And what do you do, Doc? Like, if you have a hamstring tight, I'm sure they're not just showing up and running out there cold. Like, what can you do to make sure that this doesn't happen? Is there anything?
Well, you have to stretch, but everybody does that. And in his case, he's had surgery on both his knees, so there's some further issue with him. So certainly some concern when you have any kind of injury in the lower extremity, and a guy's had ACLs reconstructed on both knees. But to your point, there's not a whole lot different you're going to do. These athletes stretch and they do their thing. It's just some of these guys are wound tight. Then there's a disparity in the strength of the hamstring versus the quad. Quads are real big and they don't work their hamstrings as much. And so sometimes those hamstrings will go just because of that imbalance.
O'Neal Cruz is a good player for the Pittsburgh Pirates. He now learns he has a fracture in his hand. And so what are we talking about? Like 4 to 6 weeks for small bones in a hand, Doc, assuming it's just a traditional, break?
Yeah, it's going to take 4 weeks to heal it, 6 weeks till he doesn't feel it. And, he's going to be probably out for that 4 week period of time. It's just hard to grip and, particularly in a baseball player.
All right, Doc, last thing I want to talk with you about is I'm fascinated by this Tarek Skubal, the pitcher for the Tigers who, by all accounts, we would think would need Tommy John. We talked about loose bodies and what that's code for. But and meanwhile, I got Braves that have had what I thought were similar procedures, maybe not, who had them way before Tarek Skubal and are still waiting to make their rehab debuts. Tarek Skubal, meanwhile, pitched 5 scoreless innings Sunday, his first minor league rehab appearance since undergoing elbow surgery last month. Velocity was good, he said. Execution was good. I feel like I threw a ton of strikes. The left-hander had a non-invasive procedure May 6th to remove a loose body from his throwing elbow. What does that mean? What did they do?
Well, it can't be non-invasive if they took something out of his elbow. So
okay.
Minimally invasive, maybe an arthroscopy where you put a scope in there, a couple little holes, and pull those loose bodies out, which is relatively minimal and could be back from that. But they, as we talked about, there's still an underlying problem that created the loose pieces in there. So his problem is not solved. It's just mitigated short term that he can get back playing. But he's going to be having issues with that down the road for sure.
Well, what we can double up here is the storyline, Doc, is he's done this last year under contract with Detroit. He's a 2-time Cy Young Award winner, and he's going to be the major target and talking point at the trade deadline. And so I'm just wondering, and oh, by the way, a team like the Braves might be, you're going to have two trains of thought here. Or do you want to get Tarek Skubal and, for what you're going to have to give up to get him? Are you willing to do that for just a half-year rental? And then, so Doc, the health to pull that off might be different from if you're planning to get Terry Skubal, and then he's going to be, a major part of your staff for the next 4 or 5 years. Does this injury, would it, how much worry should it give you if you were acquiring Terry Skubal at the trade deadline or were considering it?
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, he's got issues for sure. If you've had a scope of your elbow and you had loose pieces, he's got some looseness to his ulnar collateral ligament. There's no question. And that's what creates all that. So he's gonna struggle with that on and off, certainly over a 4-year period of time. That's a long stretch with an elbow like that.
Yeah. And it seems like some guys, like Max Fried, is like that. It's always something, but then he seems to find his way back without missing too much time. I say that while he's currently injured for the Yankees. And I just okay, so back to this. If and he made a good point, by the way. He was asked about, what the plan is for when he will pitch for the Tigers. And, he said, I need to wake up and feel better, feel good tomorrow, and have a good week of work, and then we'll make a decision when we need to make it. Doesn't really do any good to tell you when I'm pitching. I need to make sure I bounce back from this one really well. So, assuming that he has at this point, could he be totally healthy for this year? I guess, would he be a better, safer investment for just this last half of this season than he would for the full 4? Or is it kind of not worth even being full confidence for the remainder of this year?
Oh, no, I think, having had the loose bodies pulled out of there, he's probably good to go for 6 months. Even.
Okay, he'll feel better. Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
This is a ticking time bomb. I mean, at some point, he's going to be the guy. We'll look back and say, "Oh yeah, we knew he'd need Tommy John at some point."
Doc, enjoy your trip. Always appreciate it. We'll see you next week.
Thank you, my brother.
All right, there he goes. That's Doc Kevin Murphy, best in the business, Southeast Orthopedic Specialist. It's halftime here on the big show we call The Drill. Fred Taylor coming your way in the 8 o'clock hour, and we're back with more next on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios,
What the hell's going on out here?
where passion and fundamentals meet.
What we're trying to get is a seal here and a seal here and try to run this play in the alley.
1010XL, Jacksonville Sports Radio.
Hear the unmistakable sound of legendary guitarist and vocalist Tom Kiefer of Cinderella. Friday, June 12th at Florida Theater. Tom Kiefer of Cinderella. With special guest, LA Guns. Hear all the hits. Get tickets now at the Florida Theater box office and floridatheater.com. Produced by Elko Concerts Florida Theater.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking mumbo-jumbo. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices. I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from high heels to wagon wheels. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Hey gang, Hickett here. Call me Dreamfinders Danny. Man, look what Dreamfinders is doing again. They do it all the time. An amazing 4.99% fixed interest rate. Now's your chance to lock down the rate and get in the game. You heard me right. 4.99 fixed interest rate on select move-in ready homes. What do? You go to dreamfindershomes.com for sales event information and get in the game. If you're a first-time homeowner, man, contact the folks there. They'll work with you. I promise. Check them out. The homes are beautiful. You'll find them all over Jacksonville. 15 different locations, I believe.
15 of them things.
Thank you, E. Interest rate available on select move-in ready homes. Restrictions and limitations apply. Go to dreamfindershomes.com for more details.
Hi, I'm Blake Bortles. People know I've always said if I wasn't playing football, I'd probably be on a construction site. So Next Gen Roofing finally let me live the dream.
Blake, why are you wearing a red practice jersey?
Always worn it for safety.
Right. Well, around here, the red jersey means you're the new guy. So you're in charge of garbage cleanup.
Perfect. I love garbage time. Always excelled in it.
It's not exactly what I meant.
Good thing Next Gen Roofing has real pros handling everything from family homes to large commercial buildings. Next Gen, teamed up with you.
Teamed up with you.
Gang, as I mentioned, the World Cup starts today. The world's biggest soccer tournament has arrived. You can trade the entire tournament on Kalshi. On Kalshi, you trade every match from the opening stage all the way to the final. Our resident soccer guru, JJ, picked France to win it all. France is trading around 16% to win. That means a $100 trade pays out around $6,600 if they win soccer's biggest prize. On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning there's no house. And as the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position. And right now, for a limited time, you can download the Kalshi app and use code 1010XL to get $10 when you trade 10. Kalshi. Kalshi. Trade the beautiful game. 18 and older only. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see kalshi.com/regulatory.
Jumbo Shrimp Baseball is home at Bi-Star Ballpark this week and weekend. Join them tonight for Country Karaoke Night and Coors Light Thirsty Thursday. Friday, they'll light up the sky with a post-game drone show, and Saturday, join them for a beach bag giveaway, courtesy of Ascension St. Vincent's. Followed by Princess Day on Sunday at 2:05. Get your tickets now at jackshrimp.com.
You may not be able to control the air you breathe on the outside, but you certainly can on the inside of your home. Just call Florida Home AC and ask about the Remy Halo. It's the next generation of air quality technology. Call 777-4300 for Florida Home AC.
Hey gang, Prosser here. Have you been thinking about selling your home and you haven't pulled the trigger? Let me tell you about Chad and Sandy and the experts that will help you make that decision. Mortgage rates have dropped. They're expected to move lower. Home sales momentum is building, so now's the time to get your home ready to maximize your sales price. It's time to call Chad and Sandy, the proven experts to sell your home. Need to sell now, need to sell fast, need max price. Check, check, check. Chad and Sandy have the science behind it. Using their proprietary Market Max system, Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. Jonathan writes from Mount Pleasant. The only thing standing between me and my dream of hitting the road in my RV was selling my Mount Pleasant home. After hearing Chad and Sandy on the radio, I gave them a call. The results were unreal. In just 3 days, I had multiple offers at full asking price. So can you. Call the local experts I trust and recommend. Call Chad and Sandy, 414-6200 or chadandsandy.com.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Hall & Sons Plumbing. Jag DC Anthony Campanelli has an agenda for his secondary.
You know, it's about who's going out there and who's going to be physical when we get back here in the summer.
ESPN Future Power Rankings drops Florida State more than 10 spots, and those fall to number 50 in FPI after sitting at 39 last year. At your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, I'm Sam Nelson.
Currently, it's 8:04 and it's 77 degrees. Your time and your temp is brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller. Stay tuned for the 8 a.m. hour next right here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
XL, presented by Farrah and Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farrah doesn't flinch.
I got to be honest, I don't even know. I have no idea. Like none. So there's that. All right, we are back. The Jags' final day of minicamp yesterday. You got the opportunity to get out and see them if you chose. It looked like they had a big crowd. E.T., you were down there, huh? What was the vibe?
Oh, the crowd was definitely into it. But I already knew.
We're so late, I don't bother going, man. They're about done by the time we get down there.
I just wanted to pop in just to see what I could catch. I didn't get to see our quarterback throw the ball, but I did see some big plays. Like everybody said, BTJ, it's like he was being featured exclusively because he caught a lot of deep balls. The crowd, everybody was there. It looked like it was a packed crowd, and everybody's just excited to see our Jags. Something that I got to see firsthand was Travis Hunter. I really wanted to see that. He has filled out. Like, he doesn't look like a college kid. He looks like a pro or NFL athlete.
You know, we noticed that about Josh Hines-Allen earlier this offseason, and other people noticed. And, in fact, he was asked yesterday about it, and he said, it was just kind of a quick comment, but he said, same weight, I just look good. Which can be fair. Like I would, I'd like to do that. I'd like to take my same weight and just kind of reproportion it, make it look good. I don't necessarily doesn't need to get Josh Hines Allen, maybe not necessarily need to gain or lose weight. We tried that already.
Oh, yeah, we did.
The ridiculous. Let's put weight on our guys. Ooh. What a terrible year that 4-13 year was.
All I can remember is rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah. You're letting you guys play rock, paper, scissors, see who goes in. What a bunch of buffoons. Golly. These guys make so much for playing. I'd give them no rope, dude. If I had coach, man, if I ran a team coach, I'd be firing guys left and right. You're making a lot of money to play a child's game, and I'm not paying it if you don't bring it every single day. I don't expect you to win it all the time, but yeah, I mean, this is obscene, the amount of money the dudes get paid to have fun. They can make it sound as stressful and difficult as they want. Come on, man, cut me a break. That's what I think with these golfers. Are you kidding me? You jokers get flown all over the world to play the very best golf courses, the types that would cost, the rest of us $8-10 grand to take a golf trip there. Shut up. See you on the tee. I mean, come on. All right, but let me circle back. We talked about the Chris Rodriguez injury. He does have this thing going for him. ET, if you could have Liam Cohen for me. The Jaguars head coach yesterday. In among his variety of topics, he had a couple that we'll dive into, and one is just Chris Rodriguez is missing this time. It's important time, especially if you're new to a team. The OTAs and now the mini camp. Just how important? Well, maybe it gets mitigated a little bit because of Rodriguez's history with Liam Cohen. He played for him at Kentucky.
It helps, for sure. The onboarding process of more so the run game and protections, right? That's more the most that running backs have to know.
We're going to do
their
4 and then 7.
The cream always rises. The guys that, operate as professionals, that know what they're doing in the playbook, that know how to come out here and practice and put it on tape. Those guys are going to be the ones that are always going to get the most opportunities, And you want every player, and I tell them in meetings, like, guys, your individual goals are important to us. Like, we go over those in your 3.
Which one is this? Was that 5? Yeah. Now let's hear 5 on Chris Rodriguez.
It helps, for sure.
No, that's not it. Never mind.
Of
we heard the beginning of that. Did we just go back to back? Yeah, kill that one, and we're going to just take the 15-yard personal foul for unnecessary, and anyway, I was going to say a bad word. That's on me, by the way, 1,000,000%. That's on the quarterback, said go out on 3, and then he went hut and threw it. That's what happened there. I'm not doing. Trust me, y'all don't misunderstand my tone out there. It's just self-frustration and what I just mangled there. And so we'll circle back to some Jaguars here in just a bit. And look, at the end of the day, the story, at least of this, dress rehearsal, so to speak. The story has been the sharp passing game, and BTJ has accentuated it, but it's been across the board. Parker Washington has gotten good reviews. Jacoby Myers has gotten good reviews. And in the middle of it all, you've got Trevor Lawrence. The fact that he is not making headlines is the headline. Trevor Lawrence missed on 2 more long throws today. Lawrence and BTJ missed a chance to hook up when his pass sailed wide. And at the same time, we're not having Trevor and, BTJ hooked up until Thomas dropped the ball. We're not having that. It's like happening each and every day so consistently. I'm seeing a Serena Williams story crossing the news here. She's had to withdraw from the HSBC championships after winning their doubles debut. Her return to tennis has been cut short because her partner, the youngster, was forced to withdraw with a knee injury. Williams and Victoria Mboko won their first doubles match in straight sets at the Queen's Club on Tuesday, but Mboko injured her left knee when she slipped and landed awkwardly during a singles match on Wednesday. So the 19-year-old Canadian was forced to withdraw and now has been ruled out of the doubles competition. And that really stinks. I mean, that stinks if you're Serena and you're trying to, find out where you are and get your feet back up underneath you. It stinks that just like that, it's cut short after just one match. Patrick Mahomes is, the richest dude ever. He's the NFL's first $500 million player as the Chiefs made sure that the quarterback salary scale wasn't completely out of whack with their guy making like the 8th or 9th most money. And I forget where it had fallen. And Patrick Mahomes has never been underpaid. In fact, he's kind of, I think he's almost set the market, but he sets it and then people go way by him before he resets it. But playing the long game, this dude probably make $1 billion before his career's over. I don't know. We'll see where he is when this one comes to close in 2033. Actually, probably before then. If Patrick Mahomes plays dominant football for the next 4 years, they'll rip it up, extend it beyond that, and suddenly he'll be making $100 million a year. If you're wondering, beginning in 2027, when this new money kicks in, Patrick Mahomes will be the NFL's highest paid player at $64 million a year. 64. And that's why when Trevor got paid 50, was it 50 or 55?
55.
And by the way, if he got paid this year 55 after last year, everybody be, sure, you got to pay for it. But when you got paid the 55 while a lot of people had their doubts, it's a little bit different. All right, here we go. Pop quiz music, E.T. Look at that money, dude. $504 million. First NFL deal, valued at over $500 million. And as we said, it comes out to $64 million a year. I have in front of me the top 10 highest paid quarterbacks in the NFL, E.T.
Okay.
Top 10 highest paid quarterbacks.
Oh, I got this. So obviously,
is number 10, by the way. Do you think number 10 makes more than $50 million a year or less?
Oh, that's a good one, but it's probably less. There's a lot of guys that's hovering around that, so it might just be under.
All right, what do we got?
Obviously, Patrick Mahomes.
Mahomes is your leader when his kicks in. Right now, it's 63.1. When the new money only is included, it'll be like 64. So Mahomes is a correct answer.
We're going to go with Dak Prescott.
He's number 2 at $60 million a year, Dak Prescott.
Dak Prescott, $60 million a year.
And then I'm just going to tell you this. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys now tied with the exact same number.
And I think one of those guys is our very own Trevor Lawrence.
$55 million a year. There are 4 other guys now making $55 million a year.
I think, let's go with Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy is on the list. He's number 9, $53 million.
Oh, okay. Did Buddy out in L.A. get an extension? What's his name? Chargers quarterback.
Justin Herbert. Herbert's number 10, $52.5 million.
Okay. Who else?
You're going to go with the other Los Angeles quarterback who was in the news.
Matt Stafford.
Yeah, he just got the big deal last week, remember?
He did.
$55 million a year, so he's among the fivesome with $55 million a year at quarterback.
Is our boy Joseph Burrow
Joe
on
Burrow is also $55 million a year. So that's a Burrow, Lawrence, and Stafford all at $55 million a year. There are 2 others making $55 million a year, and then you will only have 1 left. No misses yet, though.
I think Tua's making 53.
Okay, the game ends.
Oh, no.
You blew it on Tua. That's a shame.
That's
because you left one obvious guy out.
Lamar?
The game ends again. It's not Lamar. No, even more obvious than Lamar. This guy's the only guy on his team. He is their team. He makes $55 million a year because he's the best quarterback in the league.
I mean,
it's Josh Allen.
Oh, duh. Yeah, Josh Allen.
Josh Allen is making 55. Jordan Love, 55.
Yep.
Trevor or Jordan Love? Who? Yeah.
Trevor.
Right.
No question.
All right, there's only one guy left. The game is over now. You failed to answer all 10 without missing.
Dagnabbit.
That's okay. Dagnabbit he went.
Yeah, I went Dagnabbit.
All right. That's like you just took a shot with your musket and you missed the possum. Dag nabbit. All right, you got one left who is it makes $53 million a year. He'll be number 8 on the list. He's tucked between Matthew Stafford of the Rams and Brock Purdy of the Niners. He plays in the NFC North. His name is Jared Goff.
Oh, how
Jared
Goff.
Jared. So I guess now with the new totals, Trevor would be tied for the third highest paid player. We could just say he's in the top 7 because with all those ties, next in line is number 8. So either T3 or T7, there is Trevor who so far through camp has played like it. Fred Taylor joins us bottom of the hour. We'll be back with more next on The Drill.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Now, another classic moment in Jags history.
Brunell with time again, drills it deep, caught, touchdown, Jimmy Smith.
1010 XL. Coogan's Hickin here, and it's June. Yes, summertime. Not only are the kids out of school, but it also is Men's Health Awareness Month. Did you know the largest organ on your body is your skin? That's right. And with this summertime sunshine state heat, got to protect that skin, folks. It's more important than you think. I've been seeing my docs at Beaches Dermatology for years, and my skin thanks me for it. It doesn't take long, but it's a must. Book your appointment today, like right now, online at beachesdermatology.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, boaters and landlubbers, friends, four-legged and two, this is Lisa the Botanista with a huge announcement. Freedom Boat Club is opening a brand new 4th location. That's right, Freedom Boat Club St. Augustine Shipyard is now open. Now members can enjoy unlimited access at Julington Creek, Jacksonville Beach, St. Augustine Comanche Cove, and St. Augustine Shipyard. Freedom Boat Club members also enjoy reciprocal access to over 400 locations across the world. There's never been a better time to join. We are offering our biggest discount ever to celebrate our brand new location. We own and maintain an entire fleet of boats. Join the club, and as often as you like, you can do water sports, inshore fishing, offshore fishing, sandbar hopping, dining on the water, or just cruising around town. Visit us at the St. Augustine Shipyard or stop by any of our locations to see what the Boatcierge experience is all about. Visit us at freedomboatclub.com.
Keep an eye and an ear out for Johnny O.
I'm listening.
Catch the man who knows Jacksonville football, John Osher.
Are you sure?
Weekdays on 1010XL. Served up by Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
Hey, it's Joe C. Wingstop just dropped the boneless meal deal for 2. 20 boneless wings, choice of 4 flavors, a large fry, and 2 dips. All for only $16.99. Limited time. And while you're crushing that deal, get in the Club Wingstop loyalty program. 10 points for every single dollar you spend. Sign up now at 1010xl.com/Wingstop. I'm locked in. You need to be too. Wingstop, baby. Get the deal and get in the club. Bonus meal deal for 2 and Club Wingstop. Limited time only at Wingstop.
Truck Month is back at Nimnik Buick GMC. Listen, I know all about buying a truck at Nimnik Buick GMC. I'm driving a GMC Sierra, and I absolutely love it. Well, 0% financing for 60 months is available on GMC Sierra trucks. Now, rates haven't been this low in years. With the largest selection of GMC Sierra trucks in the region, Nimnik Buick GMC is the place to go to find them. I love my Sierra. Better than that, I love the way I'm taken care of when I go to Nimnik. Nimnik always cares about getting it right. Not just while you're trying to buy it, but during the sale and after the sale. That's the important part. And now add to that 0% for 60 months, and it's only available through the end of June. So take advantage while this offer lasts. Get a GMC Sierra at the best place in town to get one, Nimnik Buick GMC. Find out all about it by going to nimnikbuickgmc.com or visit the showroom on Phillips Highway. Better prices, best interest rate. Where do you get it? Well, that's easy. Nobody but Nimnik.
Homeowners, is your home storm ready? Now during the storm season sale at Renewal by Anderson, you buy one window or door and get one 40% off. Plus, no money down, no payments, and no interest for 12 months. There's never been a better time to protect your home before the next storm. But this offer ends June 30th. Renewal by Anderson, proud partner of the Florida Gators. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation.
License number CGC 1527613.
Lou here for Smoonez Vision. Why Smoonez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smoonez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smoonez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smoonez is fellowship trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmoonezVision.com today. Here you can see.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
I was waiting on the build.
Me too. Dang.
I'm starting to get I got a little heart, like a little anxious waiting on that thing. It wouldn't come. BT. Wasn't a good happy hump day for the Atlanta Braves. It started with the news earlier in the day that Ronald Acuna Jr. has landed back on the injury list with a hamstring strain. It's the same hamstring that put him on the injury list earlier this year. The Braves have the best record in Major League Baseball, and they've got a healthy lead in the National League East. But golly, man. Acuna said, I'm disappointed, man. I don't have any injuries you need to pass. This one's easier. I don't feel any pain. I just feel a little bit tight. Let's see what happens in the MRI. That was before they got the news that indeed they would shut him down. I mean, because of that big lead, it probably makes it easier. And then every year a team, there's a good pitcher who's victimized by his little sissy lineup, and they never get him any runs. And so his pitching record is never as good as it should be. Again, it's different guys in different places. This year for Atlanta, it's Chris Sale. Poor guy. I mean, really. The offense is just should be embarrassed by their just their pitifulness last night. And Chris Sale, as usual, went to the mound and, as usual, allowed 2 or fewer runs. And somehow, when all's said and done, Chris Sale take the L. I mean. Let me see this exact this byline. Braves, by the way, this is just any baseball team. When your team is going through a stretch where they're doing terrible with like men on base or runners in scoring position, it makes it miserable. Like when you're constantly first and third with an out or second and third with 2 outs and you're not getting runs home, so annoying. And the White Sox continue to be an unbelievable story. That's 2 in a row for the best team in baseball. They're 36-31 after losing 100+, I think, for the last 3 years, including the 1 year where they threatened to have the worst record in the history of the game. But, Chris Sale last night, look, he wasn't his best, in fairness, but he went 6 innings, gave up 2 runs. Give up 2 runs, you ought to at least have a chance to win. You leave, with innings to go. The Braves, they got 1 in the 7th. Way to go, Atlanta. Good job. And it got, by the way, and that was an inning that ended with runners on base. So, by the way, the Phillies have been scorching hot. And then since they made the managerial change to Don Mattingly, the Phillies have the best record in the National League East. They are now within 8 of Atlanta. Again, 8 sounds like so much if you're not a fan of the team with the 8-game lead. That is so true. 8 sounds like it is an unbelievable bonus. And then if you're the guy with the 8-game lead, it doesn't. It feels like you're 2 days away from only being, what it's like? It's like blowing a 29-point lead. It's just a little at a time. If you're not careful, suddenly you're only up 3.5, and wow, it's what do you mean it's only August and the lead's 3.5? Why do I feel like that's where it's going? ET, do you have any kind of prediction for Deshaun Watson?
I just don't know, because, the time off, I don't know if he's rusty, if he hit the wall, or if he's going to come back. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm interested.
All right. From interested to vested. Tell me what he's going to do.
Think he's
Will
going to
Deshaun
start?
Watson be the quarterback in Cleveland in 2027?
Ooh, oh, that's a good one.
Because the Cleveland move would be stay in no man's land. Deshaun comes back, let's say he's okay, and you win 6 games. You have no chance of getting the number 1 pick at quarterback.
Correct.
What do you think Deshaun Watson, how many games did he play in his, so far, 4 years in Cleveland?
20?
That's a good guess. 19. Didn't play at all in 2025. He's had a couple of Achilles injuries, and he had to sit out the NFL-mandated suspension when he first joined them. These are his passer ratings for the years that he played 6 games, and 7 games. And by the way, his last year in Houston, 2020, he completed 70% of his passes with 33 touchdowns, 7 picks, a passer rating of 112.4. Cleveland gave him all that guaranteed money, a dumber-than-dirt decision. And he's had passer ratings of 79.1, 84.3, 79.0 in 3 years. He's had, with Cleveland, he's had 19 touchdowns and 12 picks. If you add all 3 together, you have a 19-game sample size. And in his 19-game sample size, he's thrown for about 3,400 yards with 19 touchdowns and 13 picks, a passer rating of about 81. And that's in the last 3 years. And now then he didn't play at all in 2025. I just wonder, is he any good anymore?
Yeah.
And he really was only really good for 2 years in his career. His second year, he had a 4,100-yard passing season. And his 4th year, he threw for 4,800 yards. But I seem to remember that year in Houston, they were always behind. He had felt like some junk yardage that year as well. Let's talk to Fred Taylor next on The Drill.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. Streaming live from the XL Digital Studios. Polished by Harbor Dental Care, the locally owned smile restoration experts.
Hacker here for Cornerstone Interior Solutions. If your AC is working overtime every summer, your insulation may be the problem. Homeowners and builders across Northeast Florida are calling Cornerstone to upgrade to spray foam insulation. It seals homes, crawl spaces, garages, blocking in cool air and blocking out heat. So your home stays cooler, your system runs easier, and your energy bills stay under control. Don't wait for peak heat. Visit CornerstoneInteriorSolutions.com.
With 50 years of fabrication expertise in towing products, the family at Cannons of Jacksonville can repair or install precisely what you need to tow with confidence. Visit cannonsofjacks.com, where quality and customer satisfaction collide.
Hey, something amazing happening right now at Beard's Diamonds. Now for a limited time, you can pay 0 down and get 0 interest financing for 5 whole years. Hicken here. You heard me right. It's $12,000 designer engagement ring, $200 a month. Makes everything affordable, right? $6,000 diamond eternity band, $100 a month. Say goodbye to high interest rates. Get the relief you deserve at Beard's Diamonds, but hurry. This incredible offer ends June 30th and will not be extended. How about a $3,000 pair of diamond earrings, $50 a month? Make any purchase, spread your payments over 5 years with 0 down, 0 interest financing. Rings, earrings, bands, bracelets, pendants, colored gemstone jewelry. Let the non-commissioned experts at Beard's help you find the perfect piece of jewelry and take advantage of our best financing offer ever. Beard's Diamonds. It's in the St. John's Town Center. They're Jacksonville's premier locally owned jeweler. The Lupos are terrific folks. They'll take great care of you. Shop now and enjoy 0 interest financing for 5 years. Hurry, though. This amazing offer ends June 30th.
Attention contractors. Stop wasting time dealing with permits yourself. Use PermitRockstar.com. Their permitting platform helps contractors cut permitting delays by up to 80%. Stop waiting and start building with PermitRockstar.com.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking mumbo-jumbo. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices. I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from high heels to wagon wheels. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. E.T. here, and your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees. And rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. And it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights and wall-to-wall TVs everywhere. I mean, it's Twin Peaks. Where else you going to find a scratch kitchen that's always coming through in the clutch every day, from lunch to late at night? Only at Twin Peaks, your #1 sports bar. Come on, somebody.
When it comes to orthopedic care, experience matters, and teamwork matters even more. At Orthopedic Specialists of Jacksonville, our fellowship-trained specialists work together to treat a full range of conditions, from knees and shoulders to spine, sports injuries, and joint replacement. You'll be guided by the right specialist for your needs, with coordinated care and personalized treatment plans designed for better outcomes. Smarter care, faster access, trusted expertise. Orthopedic Specialists of Jacksonville.
Experience an electrifying journey through the greatest rock anthems of all time. A night of symphonic rock with iconic hits from legendary bands like Led Zeppelin, Pat Benatar, Kansas, Journey, and Joan Jett. June 26th at Florida Theater, a powerhouse band, joined by the sensational Jacksonville Rock Orchestra. A night of symphonic rock. Get your tickets today at floridatheater.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Here's another call on the 1010XL hotline, driven by Key Buick GMC, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. Now, Dan and Jeff hand it off to our halfback.
Fred Taylor, every time he touches it, he's a candidate to go the distance.
Monday morning running back with Fred Taylor is fueled by Epstein and Robbins DUI defense firm on 1010XL.
All right, we are so fortunate to be able to pick the brain of one of the Jaguars' best ever, running back Fred Taylor. And I guess they can kind of pick your brain a little bit next week, Freddie. First, welcome aboard. Thanks for joining us this morning, as always. But I guess you'll get a chance.
What's up?
You get a chance to visit with the running back room next week a little bit.
Yeah, man, I'll be in the building. I do appreciate the invite from the higher ups, the likes of the Basellis and the Cohens and the Gladstones. I don't know what they got up their sleeves, but they keep stuff up their sleeves. That's what makes them so good at what they do. I'll just be in the building, man. It's always good to be in there, have an opportunity to, just try to kick it, chill with the young group of backs that we have, and see if I could share any of my experience over the past 30 plus years, since I stepped foot in the NFL building. It's crazy to even think, well, it's close to 30, not quite 30.
It would be hard.
But it would be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
It would be hard, Fred, you can't just tell somebody how to do something good. I mean, you all have different skill set. It's hard for Fred Taylor to tell somebody to go be me. You can't, buddy. You're not that big, fast, strong, or vision. You know what I mean? So, you just kind of lean into other insights, I suppose, to help young players.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. Everybody's different. I want them to tap into their key assets, their strengths. We all have weaknesses. My weakness, unfortunately, was I had to stay healthy. I had to find out how to do that, and I had a nice, almost 4-year run when I didn't miss a single game. But again, things happen as they happen. I'll just encourage those guys to be the CEO while they're out there. They have to, one, trust their eyes. If you don't trust, your eyes as a running back, then you miss opportunities. So what you see, believe that you see it, and you have to go. You have to believe in that. You have to go. I always tell my young running backs that I do believe the running back position is 90% reactionary and instincts.
Mm-hmm.
The other 10% is knowing your assignment, but knowing it well. That 10%, you have to absorb the entire 10%. Like, you have to have 100% of that, so you can learn to play fast. But the key, more than anything, is just letting the game come to you. You have time. Operate with a sense of urgency, but don't be in a rush.
It's going to be an interesting room if you visit with that when you visit with that running back room, because there are very few rooms, Fred, where there's not at least someone somewhat established. Like, you have a pretty good idea who the guy is, who the number one option is, who's had something to his resume yet. But with these young guys and then a part-time player in Rodriguez, I think there's a great sense of we're going to have to find out who emerges. I mean, all the way down to an undrafted rookie, perhaps. Who knows?
But that's the good thing about competition. You throw it out there, and they just got to get, they got to find their way. They'll compete for it, and the coaches will analyze their play, their performance throughout practice, their body language, how they are as teammates, and they'll get an opportunity to see a full scope of see everything these guys can do. But again, Tootin, he learned a lot from ETN a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you toss in LaQuint Allen, the guys that were just in Jacksonville, they grew up quick, man. LaQuint played a ton. Third down is pressure-filled situations where you have to protect a $50 million guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't flinch. He got in there. He stood in there with some of the best defenders, blitzing. Even big linemen, he wasn't afraid to, put a shoulder pad into. So those two I know for sure are prepared for the moment. They've been coached well, and they had to grow up quick. Hell, I had to grow up quick, but I did have someone to lean into in James Stewart, and he did an amazing job of bringing me along.
Mm-hmm.
And I think ETN, I think Travis did that, and he left these guys with a lot of nuggets, a lot of insight. They're both consummate professionals. You don't hear whispers or anything crazy outside the building, so they're carrying themselves as they should. And the rest, they have to just focus on the field and tap into everything that they have so they can help this team get back to where they were and further this year.
Fred, the NFL has its first contracted $500 million player. It's amazing how the league has flourished. I can't help but think that guys from the near era, like you're near the era. It's one thing if you played in the 50s, but if you're near era and you're seeing the incredible amounts of cash that are getting thrown players' way, but Patrick Mahomes gets that deal over $500 million. Is probably the most worthy of the big deal considering what he's done.
You know what? The thing about Patrick's deal, I think it was structured amazing when he signed the 10-year, $400 million.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you sort of look at it, though, it was 10 years, and the salary cap wasn't as rich as it is, and you got a TV deal, you got all sorts of opportunities that were lingering prior to him signing his deal. He's just getting what he deserves. I mean, if you look across the board. He's the best quarterback in the game since he was drafted. So he deserves to be paid that way, averaging $40 million a year while these other guys are, look, Dak Prescott, $60 million. You have Trevor in the building, $50 million plus. There are some guys making $55 million. So I just think it's right to reward the guy who's been the best. But it's crazy when you think of a $500 million deal when Shad paid $770 million for the Jaguars.
Wow.
I'm talking, this is an entire team versus one player.
Not that long ago.
And that is 15 years ago. Approaching, 15 years. So, I mean, that's perspective for those out there that don't understand how big that contract is. This is one player being paid, through 2033. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So over the next 7 years, he has to perform at a high level in which they believe he can. God forbid any injury, but I think he can earn it all. The game has changed.
Yeah, and it's it's changed, and it's coined, and it's dollared, and it's checked, and it's Venmo'd. It's got it all. Fred, what do you make of the deterioration of the A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts combo? I mean, by all appearances, these two have been great friends their whole life, and it seems to be the major reason why A.J. Brown is now in New England, and Hurts obviously stays there in Philly. And is Philly better for the move? Does it get to a point with a player, Fred, where it's just too much? It's too heavy, him being there, even a good player?
Well, you got to understand the relationship is one thing, and I know the media has been focused on that, and that's a good starting point. But when you take a deep dive, you have to question, why is he so unhappy to be in a place, where he's a star? You play this game to win championships. He was able to do his part and help them secure a championship. They're in it every year. You want to be able to be a part of a team that is competitive every year, and Philly has been that since he stepped in there. But when you look at it, those first 2 years, he was 100-plus receptions, 1,400 yards. And then you insert Saquon Brown in 2024, his production goes down because Saquon is the feature. Saquon was a 2,000-yard back that season. So naturally, you're going to lose some passes because you have a stud running back who can get it done. AJ didn't look at it that way. So we heard the rumblings and the unhappy, and he wasn't getting that production. But as an elite player, you thrive. You want to thrive. You want to be more than just an impactful player. You want to put up numbers. Give you an example, and I said this on the podcast, and I'm not taking a shot at Keenan. I'm just giving an example. Keenan was an amazing receiver. It showed when he went down to Tampa. That was his path through God's faith, and that was supposed to happen. Keenan was able to have an opportunity to go to Tampa. He won a Super Bowl there. While he was in Jacksonville, Keenan would be wide open. Jimmy would be wide open. Mark Brunell would throw the ball to Jimmy. Jimmy was our 1. Keenan was our 1B. Both are open. It's just not enough balls. Like, once that ball leaves the quarterback's hand, or based on the coverage or who he trusts more, then the opportunity presents itself. Not that Jalen Hurts doesn't trust A.J. Brown, but most times they were double coveraging A.J. to allow these other guys to get an opportunity. Player who just wants to do more statistics, more so than, just their relationship. Or maybe their relationship was affected because the quarterback controls who gets the ball, and the quarterback wasn't getting him the ball as he deemed, or to the level of his, ability. And he said, okay, I need to jump ship and go somewhere else. So the spotlight's going to be on him in New England. Spotlight will be on.
Got a good quarterback there.
In Philly as well.
Yeah, he's got a good quarterback. I bet
he
he
has
has
a very
big
good
year.
quarterback.
Yeah.
Well, we'll
see.
We have to see.
Yeah. All right.
That division isn't, it's not a slouch division. So
That's for
we'll
sure.
see how it goes.
That's for sure. It's funny you brought up something that Liam Cohen was asked about yesterday, and I was going to play that a little bit later in the program. But when you get good and you have playmakers, there is a balance between winning football games, playing your best team football, and getting guys the ball to reach their own personal goals. And I get that, in playing sports. You want to be, you want to be a 1,500-yard receiver or a blankety blank this or that. And, it's easy for coaches to get that mentality. It's a lot easier for them to spread it out and have 3 800-yard receivers. That's all fine with them. But I promise you those receivers want to be the 1,200-yard receiver at some point. At least it seems to have played out that way. Fred, as always, we appreciate your
Look, let me say this really quick as we leave. There was a coach that once told me, the more we win, the more we get paid. What you crying for, man?
Yeah.
Just be a part of the team. Let's get a championship. We win, we have an opportunity to get paid more, whether it's here or somewhere else. Don't be the locker room cancer, or the virus in the locker room. That's my 2 cents.
Yeah, well, and your 2 cents are worth about $100 for us, so we appreciate it. Hey, enjoy your visit next week, and we'll talk to you next week as well. Appreciate you, Fred.
Can't wait, man. See you guys soon.
All right, man. There he goes. That's a Fred Taylor, best in the business, and right here in our backfield each and every week. I'll let you hear what Liam Cohen had to say about spreading that wealth when we return.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios, feel the roar and chase the wind to victory lane.
Through 3 and 4.
This Sunday at Pocono Raceway.
3 wide for the lead. 1 lap to go.
Powered by the Plumbers and Pipefitters Local Union 234 on your NASCAR station. 1010 XL.
When your home or business deserves more than ordinary glass, you trust the experts. Capital Capital Glass and Shower Doors has been elevating spaces for over 40 years with precision, craftsmanship, and clean, modern design. From sleek frameless shower enclosures to elegant glass railings, wine cabinets, and any custom glass that makes a statement, Capital Glass delivers unmatched quality, service, and attention to detail. Your vision, their expertise. Capital Glass and Shower Doors at capcoglass.com.
Buying a home with a septic system? Then there's one step you absolutely cannot skip, the inspection. Know for sure before you close. Call Duck Duck Rooter, Northeast Florida's only master septic contractor with the experience to inspect your system the right way, so there are no surprises later. Right now, take $50 off a full septic system inspection, including a detailed report. The small step that can save you from a big mistake.
When you're stuck, call the Duck. 904-862-6769.
You can actually win a side-by-side at Best Bet St. Augustine?
You know it. Only at Best Bet. The more you play, the more chances you have to win.
Poker, great food and drinks, and a chance to drive home in that side-by-side?
That's what all the buzz is about.
Play your favorite poker and table games at Best Bet St. Augustine for your chance to win an incredible side-by-side. Earn entries now through August 7th. Grand prize giveaway happens August 8th.
Now this just got serious.
Get in the action. Feel the excitement at Best Bet St. Augustine. Details at bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Hey folks, it's Frank Frangie. Summer heat in Jacksonville is no joke, and the last thing you want is your AC given out when you need it the most. Well, right now, Big Chief Tire is offering $50 off AC services to keep you cool on the road. It's fast, honest service from a local team you can trust. Don't wait until it's too late. Call 904-932-0950 or visit WeKeepJacksRollin.com. Big Chief Tire, your home team for dependable service. That's how you take care of your car the right way.
I'm Clayton Bromberg, the president of Underwoods. While we've earned the reputation as North Florida and South Georgia's preeminent official Rolex jeweler, it's important to point out that at Underwoods we carry other watches too. We start with Seiko, the most reliable, serviceable watch made for under $500. And they've started making jeweled, self-winding watches again, and sports watches you'd have to see to believe. Next we have Tavan, the Swiss-made ladies and men's and dress and sport watches, and they start at $575. Another name we carry is Tudor, inspired by Rolex with the same founder and owner, the Hans Wilsdorf Foundation. And their sport watches and chronographs are the rage in Swiss timekeeping, with new in-house watch movements and exciting new model introductions every year. So if you're interested in watches, we have what you want at Underwoods, and all of our watches carry a 5-year warranty. At Underwoods, in San Marco, Avondale, and the shops upon Avedra.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
David Garrard here, and once again, I'm reporting good news about how good my knees are doing following PRP treatment at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. For an old quarterback like me, my knees are in great shape.
You don't have to be a celebrity or a professional athlete to appreciate the everyday personal attention you'll receive at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. For any orthopedic need, call on the pros at SOS.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
I'm going to a concert tonight, E.T.
What's going on?
Yeah, I know, man. I'm living your lifestyle. I don't like it, man. I just want to lay low.
My dog been hanging out.
I went to a concert last week, and I went on beaching everywhere. I'm at some seafood restaurant, on the beach at 8 o'clock last Sunday, working Monday. That's out of character for me.
Yeah.
Now I'm back today. I got a full slate, and then I got a concert tonight. Chris Stapleton down at the arena.
I know that's going to be packed.
Yeah. Got a lot of requests for that one.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, we didn't do a lot with them in this case, so I haven't been able to help anyone out, but I'll sip some of that smooth Tennessee whiskey.
Ooh, woo.
Get here early tomorrow, Issa, when you get a call at like, I can't answer the bell today, bro. That's it. I'm done.
Oh, I know that's going to be a vibe.
Yeah. Now, that's going to be cool. I'm definitely looking forward to. So we've got a new, $6 billion man, so to speak. Patrick Mahomes breaks the bank. But there is this. Sure as sugar, I promise you this. Everybody who's the next highest paid at his position, enjoy it while it lasts. It won't be long.
Never.
And I was just looking through a column by Bill Barnwell, who is projecting who will be the next to reset the market at each position.
I like that.
So you've got right now Patrick Mahomes at the top of the market, 63.4 average annual value. Now, to pass him, it takes a couple of things. Doesn't necessarily mean it's the next best quarterback. You got to have a combo of your contract being up.
Yeah.
And what Mahomes has done, and it's ended up, he spends stretches looking like he's underpaid, but he's not, because Fred hit a good point. They gave Mahomes $10,400 back when quarterbacks were making $23 and $24 million. And then as the quarterbacks passed him in the middle of it, they redid it so that his contract went up to the higher 40s. Still not the highest paid. And now he jumps to the front of the line again. Who would you think, though, would be in line to be the next
quarterback?
Yeah.
Let's see here. Not our guy.
He's got one. I feel like he's got coming up. I think his contract, I feel like. He's got no guaranteed money on his deal after this season, so he'll be looking for a new contract after this year. It's got to be a guy who could even, command it. And by the way, the cap has already seen these incredible hits. Like a guy who's making 63, sometime the cap, it'll be $90 million. I mean, you got to have a PhD in economics to run the budget for an NFL team these days.
What about a Jalen Hurts?
Lamar.
Oh, it's Lamar?
Yeah, it's Lamar. He suggests a 4-year, $260 million deal would make Jackson the highest paid player in the NFL history, while still leaving the veteran with the potential to get one more crack at another contract in his mid-30s. How old is Lamar? Not that old. Is he 30 yet?
Is he?
Barely. I got it right here. Lamar is 29. Just turned 29, man. It's young. 29. That's what I'm saying. Y'all think Lamar ain't going to have another 1,000-yard rushing year? Like, that's impossible. I don't know if I'm buying that. All right, so let's look at some of the other positions. Right now, the market at edge rusher is set by Will Anderson Jr. of the Texans, $50 million a year. Good luck, Houston, because you know who's projected to beat that? Danielle Hunter. Houston is going to blow themselves out of the water with all these big contracts without winning anything, and they'll go right back to having a 5-12 year here in a few years.
Good.
Wide receiver, the market was reset at $42 million by Jackson Smith and Jigba. Next up makes sense, Puka Nacua.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. If he could keep his head on straight.
Of course, Jamar Chase became the first wide receiver to top $40 million a year when he signed a deal with the Bengals in 2025, and now Jackson Smith and Jigba has gone over that, and Puka, they say, would be next. Defensive tackle, don't care. Corner, right now, top of the market, Trent McDuffie of the Rams, $31 million. Up next, Joey Porter Jr. Wouldn't it be Christian Gonzalez? I kind of think it'd be Christian Gonzalez is who it feels like. All right, continuing offensive tackle here for the local or Lake City, is it? Laramie Tunsil. He wore that gas mask on draft night, if you remember. Probably.
I remember.
Tunsil at 30. Boy, it's amazing how the tackle number has come down.
Has it?
Like, used to be the highest paid tackle was like the second or third highest paid position. But all the running back paid more. Everything that I've mentioned has paid, not running back. Receiver paid more. Edge paid more. Everything that I've mentioned, defensive tackle, I guess we're going in order.
Yeah, it used to be quarterback, tackle. And then edge rusher.
Yeah, it's down there. All right, it's Tunsil. It's going to be Joe Alt. Ho-hum. Center, it's Tyler Linderbaum. Linderbaum got that money from the Raiders, $27 million a year. Up next, Creed Humphrey, Chiefs. Okay, good luck paying them all. Guard, don't care. Safety, Derwin James recently came top of the market, $25.2 million a year. They say,
who's next?
Nick Amanawari of the Seattle Seahawks, young player.
Yeah.
Cooper DeJean, maybe, if he moves full-time safety. He plays a lot of corner. Off-ball linebacker Fred Warner makes $21 million. That's the position that Devin Lloyd got $15 million a year at. They're saying Roquan Smith of the Ravens. We've seen teams willing to pay top dollar to sign players they see as true difference makers at off-ball linebacker. Okay. All right, running back. It's right now Saquon Barkley, 20.6. This, I think I can guess this one. This is going to be Bijan.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Right.
Yeah.
He's coming up on the end of his deal, and he has been everything you wanted out of him.
Everything.
He says Bijan or the other version of Bijan, real close, Jahmyr Gibbs.
Oh, yeah.
Like who beats who to the line. If you're Bijan or Gibbs, you almost want the other guy to sign first.
Right.
All right, and then I'll take slightly more than him. Kittle's the highest paid tight end, $19 million. Kyle Pitts of the Falcons. I'd go Brock Bowers.
Absolutely go Brock Bowers.
And Pitts went from like considered to be disappointing, it feels like, to after last year being franchised and traded for and all these different things. All right, the 9 o'clock hour is coming. What happens in the 9 o'clock hour?
Oh, we get nasty, baby.
Okay, so you'll see what's trending, and we'll do much more than that as well as you listen to The Drill on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Sometimes life is a game of inches.
Tell me they got that in slow motion.
1010XL. Your sports yardstick.
Zero Res wants to help you clean your home. Hicken here, big summer savings. Take 25% off all services except air duct cleaning. $5.99 per system for air duct cleaning. Visit ZeroResJacksonville.com and ask for the 1010XL special.
Hey everybody, Mike Dempsey here for big #1 Duval Ford. If you run a fleet in Jacksonville, you know time off the road costs money. That's why Duval Ford's Fleet Mobile service is a game changer. Duval Ford comes to you, job sites, depots, wherever your trucks are. You don't have to lose hours driving to a shop or waiting in line. From basic maintenance to light repairs, Duval Ford technicians keep your fleet moving. It's fast, convenient, and built for commercial uptime. Big #1 Duval Ford mobile service. Wherever you need them, they'll come to you.
His name is John Osher.
I know, right?
If the stadium walls could talk, Johnny O would know.
All we're trying to say is...
Listen for Jacksonville's senior rider weekdays on 1010XL. Served up by Twin Peaks.
The new MVP of lunch has arrived. Firehouse Subs Steak and Cheese Melt. USDA Choice Flame-Seared Steak, sauteed red and green bell peppers, caramelized onions, melted provolone cheese, and mayo on a toasted sub roll. Steak and Cheese Melt only at Firehouse Subs.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Tom McManus here for Armstrong Fence Company, a locally owned First Coast business for nearly 20 years. Hurricane season is here. Don't wait for the first storm warning. The fence is your first line of defense. Loose boards, weak posts, or damage can turn into big problems when high winds come around. Armstrong Fence Company handles repairs and builds from stadiums to backyards. Get a pre-storm fence check today. Call Armstrong Fence Company or search online. Armstrong Fence Company. Yeah, we did the fence.
Happy Father's Day to all you fathers.
Absolutely. Happy Father's Day. Well, thanks, guys.
Wow, I wonder how many fathers out there would love a new outdoor kitchen under their new pavilion or screen enclosure from Lifetime Enclosures.
I bet most would. Imagine having the entire family over and cooking a barbecue feast for everyone, protected from the elements.
I'd like to cook for Dad. Jacob, do you think you could? I think so, Pan.
I bet both you guys could.
Visit Lifetime Enclosures website or visit our showrooms today to experience the Lifetime difference and ask about our Father's Day specials.
Lifetime Enclosures.
This is Hayes Carlion for First Florida Credit Union. I went to the branch on 210 to get my car loan and had a fantastic experience. I got a great rate and was in and out. The online banking services are also outstanding. Depositing checks through the mobile app is fast and efficient. First Florida Credit Union was voted Best Credit Union in the Best of Bold City Community Choice Awards for 3 years running, and it's easy to see why. You need to be banking with First Florida Credit Union. They're enriching people every day. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity Lender.
Jacksonville, this is your club. Sporting Jacks is proudly representing the First Coast in the USL Championship, bringing professional soccer and unforgettable match day experience to Hodges Stadium. Feel the energy of professional soccer as Sporting Jacks continues to build something special on the First Coast. Join us as Sporting Jacks continues its historic inaugural season. Get tickets today at sportingjacks.com or call 904-863-KICK. Pro Soccer, Pro Jacks.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by TopDressing.com. Jag head coach Liam Cohen doesn't buy into early expectations.
Be too much into the expectation world. We try to just live in the day, in the process of getting better each and every day. And
Jacksonville launched 4 homers and a 14-2 blowout of Gwinnett at 5-Star Ballpark. The series rolls on this evening at 7:05. At your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, I'm Sam Nelson.
Currently, it's 9:01 and it's 80 degrees. Your time and your temp is brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller. Stay tuned because it's the 9 o'clock nasty. And it's going down right now, right here on 1010XL at 92.5 FM.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
I'm fed, feeling X-rated. It's Mr. Nasty time. Oh, Mr. Nasty time. The nasty time.
See what you're doing there.
Setting that mood, baby.
That's a sit back in your chair kind of concert.
Oh, let's sit back in your chair with that brandy.
Yeah.
Or whiskey.
Yeah, either way.
But you gotta have that, like, that circle, that ice ball.
That's right.
You gotta have an ice ball.
And that's gotta be glass too. I don't need plastic.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, I have in front of me, we mentioned Will Anderson, the defensive edge rusher for Houston, makes $50 million a year with his new contract, and the projection seems to be that Danielle Hunter, who, by the way, currently makes $40 million, is going to pass him next. So I was just thinking, and I know we're disappointed with those sack numbers from last year. I get it, man. I am too. Those guys got to be – our guys aren't exactly underpaid. They're top 15 compensated at edge rusher too as we move down this list. But I have a feeling that even with some disappointment for the sack totals last year especially, we're going to feel like we have a pretty good bargain, I would think. Maybe not. Would you rather pay $90 million for Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter? Or would you rather pay $55 million a year for Josh Hines Allen and Trayvon Walker?
Oh,
it's 90 to 55.
million.
It's a $35 million a year. Think about it in these terms. That's going and paying the top paid at all those positions. That's how much money you have left over.
Sheesh.
So would you rather have Josh Hines Allen and Trayvon Walker and $35 million, or would you rather have Danielle Hunter and – because here's what happens, when you got Josh Hines, when you have that now you're paying your quarterback 55, even when he may not be worth it yet. Now he's happy, and it's a battle cry, and surging and playing great. What are the Texans going to do if they're paying $100 million for their edge rushers and the quarterback doesn't work? Here are the highest paid edge rushers in the National Football League. Again, money kind of is percolated toward the top here because of this incredible contract that Patrick Mahomes has earned. Will Anderson Jr., $50 million. Micah Parsons, $46.5 million. These are for a year, not for like the next, 3 generations of Micah Parsons and Micah Parsons Jr.'s and Micah Parsons III. I mean, you never work again. The whole bloodline's taken care of. Aiden Hutchinson already up to $45 million. TJ Watt, $41. Danielle Hunter, $40. Myles Garrett, $40. That's about change, isn't it?
Yeah.
Myles Garrett probably part of the deal. Yeah, I'll come out there, but we won't have to rip up some numbers here and make me the highest paid. This guy got everything he wants. And his girl is an L.A. girl. Or lives in L.A. I guess she's in entertainment, maybe. I don't know. Max Crosby, 35.5. Nick Bosa, 34. Jalen Phillips, 30. And then Josh Hines Allen at 28.2. Trayvon Walker at 27.5. Josh Hines Allen, total deal, 141. Trayvon's 110. I mean, that sounds about fair for where our guys are getting paid. Those are all real good players ahead of them. There's a few maybe that had better year last year, but I wouldn't necessarily say are better. Trey Hendrickson is the one that did this. Bengals screwed him.
Yeah,
he was up there among the best, per game pass rushers in the entire league, and they just kept him there and lowballed him. And now, even on the Ravens with a new deal, it's $28 million, which is right between Josh Hines Allen and Trayvon Walker. It's hard to really compare because the way they pay guys. This is not a list of the best in in a perfect world. If you had a list of the highest paid whatever position down to number 15, it would also be a list of the best 15, and that's not always the case, no matter the position that you're talking about either. All right, top story in sports this morning: an incredible choke by the San Antonio Spurs. Again, there are different descriptions. It's not easy to climb out of a 29-point hole in the NBA, but maybe even more damning, they were up 20 in the fourth. But here's why I say it's as much choke as it is, a classic overcoming. It's a choke because the Knicks didn't have to go on a 15-0 run to get back in it. You allow the Knicks just to miss shots, have turnovers, and it not cost them. When you're up that much, the other team should have to be perfect to get back to you.
Correct.
And the Spurs, because of they lost all their basketball common sense. The coach put some on the coach who did not stop them from the game for suicide that they were impacting on themselves. Here's what I mean. In the second half, with big double-digit leads, the Spurs were jacking up threes, and they were shooting with 8-10 seconds left on the shot clock. You can't do that. These are the NBA Finals. It's not mid-November at home against the Grizzlies. If you got a 20-point lead and you know what this team has done, or maybe you didn't. Were you not aware that Cleveland had them by 22 and they came back? Were you not aware they beat Atlanta by 50? Are you not aware that this is a team that has just made its entire postseason reputation on these wild, crazy runs, whether they're within a game or within the postseason? They won 13 in a row. Are you just that unaware that I'm just going to come down and, pass twice and shoot a three with 12 on the shot clock? Maybe we're up 9. Maybe let's run clock for the next 5 possessions, and they might win the game. Run 24 seconds, 5 possessions in a row. That'd be 3 minutes off the clock. But they just, I don't know whether it's just oversight or getting caught up in it. But why? And that's how they built the lead. This mentality that you hear sometimes, this cliche is, we got to keep doing what built the lead. No, you don't. If you build a lead in football, throwing the ball, and you lead by 14 with 6 minutes to go, throwing the ball is not the strategy.
Correct.
So if you built your lead hitting the threes, which they did. They came out red hot is what built that big, huge first half lead for them. Well, that's not going to keep going all night. There's something called average. And so to keep hoisting, I think at one point they missed 8 straight. Yeah, you shouldn't miss 8 straight threes. At one point, they had at one of these possessions while the Knicks were, quote-unquote, on their comeback and the Spurs still had a 12-point lead, they had 3 or 4 chances. They got 2 or 3 offensive rebounds. Fox missed a 3. Wemby missed 2. It was a choke. Credit the Knicks for fighting and getting the win. But at the end of the day, unadulterated, biggest choke in sports since the Falcons lost the Super Bowl. It's the biggest choke in modern, big-time professionals, and I don't know why they aren't being damned for it more than what we're hearing. Perhaps because it's the Knicks and because of the magical postseason they've had and the excitement and electricity inside that Madison Square Garden, and maybe you're just attributing it more to this fabulous, comeback it's looked at. But to me, I think history will look at it like it looks at the Falcons' blown lead. It's not about the Patriots coming back from 25. It's about the Falcons blowing a 25-point lead. And so it's not about the Knicks coming back from 27 at the half. It's about the Sixers choking away the biggest halftime lead in finals history. I think I saw that. I think I saw that too, by the way. I think the 27-point lead at the half may be the biggest ever. Never mind losing a 27-point lead at the half. So now we go back to San Antonio, and I just don't know what the Spurs do. I mean, you just proved that you're not good enough. I don't know how you. I mean, if you set out to prove to yourself that you're not good enough to do something, then the proof is in, and they can say all the right things or try to. Let's see. The biggest halftime lead in the NBA Finals history was actually 30 points. 85. Bird and the Celtics led the Lakers by 30, 79-49, game one of the NBA 85 finals. The largest halftime lead ever by an away team last night, the Spurs. 27-point lead at the half, the largest lead by an away team in NBA history. Oh, that's a choke. And I'm sure Charles, Jack, and the boys, they called it as it is. I'm just seeing the the Knicks euphoria here today. I don't need to know how and why Ben Stiller is happy. I don't need these celebrities, these posh, have everything. I don't care if they're happy. I care about my man up here who's, the sanitation engineer who's up in the third level and has been a Knicks fan since he was a little kid and has never seen anything good. Ben Stiller can go to hockey sticks. Oh, I'm sorry. The Met Gala. Same thing. All right. I mentioned something earlier about Chris Sale. He's the Braves pitcher who is now this year's version, and every team has these, every season has them, where some pitcher goes out and he should be 10-0 by how he's pitching, and you look up and he's 1-6, or he's 2-4, because his team, and I don't know if it's a letdown, it happens so much that maybe there's just this internal letdown by a baseball team when they know they've got a lockdown ace on the mound for them. Maybe there's just, I don't know, but it's uncanny. After giving up 2 runs last night against the White Sox and losing the game 2-1, this is what it's been like for Chris Sale in his last 6 start for the Braves. Chris Sale is now 2-4 with a 2.4 ERA in his past 6 starts. And in his 4 losses, the Braves have scored a total of 4 runs. Not 4 runs while he was in the game, 4 runs total. Chris Sale's losses have included scores of 3-1, 2-0, and 2-1. I mean, he is that guy. Meanwhile, it's fun watching the Major League Baseball's ABS Challenge system evolve. There are a lot of pitchers who are hesitant to, make the appeal themselves. They're counting on the catchers to do it. They figure the catcher has the best, and I don't know if it also has to do with just the pitcher doesn't want to get into this. Catchers have relationships with umpires. They sit next to them, every 4 days for 3 hours. They talk, they talk in between pitches. So catchers, the catcher can say, hey, man, I think you missed that one. I'm going to challenge. Pitchers and umps, probably a little more contentious relationship. And part of it is because the ump and pitcher can see each other, whereas the catcher and the thing just kind of talk over the masks. But the point I'm trying to bring up is typically if there is a ball strike challenged by the defensive team, by the pitching team, it's usually the catcher who makes that decision. In fact, Shohei Ohtani has not challenged a single call this year when he is on the mound. That may now change. Because now Shohei might be willing to, quote, get in the way of his catchers. The way he sees it, when he's on the mound, his job's to throw the ball. It's up to the guy behind the plate to decide whether to challenge the umpire's call a ball or a strike. But that deference may have cost Ohtani and the Dodgers a loss last night, a stunning 9-8 loss to the Pirates on Wednesday. You see, the Dodgers were cruising. Ohtani went out for the 7th inning for just the 3rd time this season as he started on the mound. The Dodgers led by 5. So they've got Ohtani dominant and on the mound and up by 5. He seemed poised to win his 5th straight start. We are talking about a guy whose ERA went into that game less than 1.74. And then suddenly things unraveled, which is a rarity for both the Dodgers and Ohtani. It started when Tyler Callahan, shout out, singled. Jake Mangum then reached on a swinging bunt. But Ohtani, who said the blister on his right hand is keeping him from a couple of his pitches, but nonetheless, he was throwing and it was in great shape last night. He goes to 3-0 on Brandon Lau, comes back to 3-2, and on a borderline call, he rules a ball. They do not challenge. Ohtani only had one left. He decided, well, he probably wasn't worth the risk, and so Lau then proceeds to make him pay. He turns on a fastball down the middle, 2-run double. That ends Ohtani's night on the mound, and it sets the stage for a 5-run rally against the Dodgers bullpen, and the Pirates pull one out. And if you look at now, I told you Shohei's up over 300 as a hitter. We were talking earlier this year how he, quote, wasn't hitting. Man, you would be hard-pressed to identify the top 5 hitters in Major League Baseball this year by average.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you guys you'd never heard of. Otto Lopez.
Nope.
Figures. He's a Marlin. Jung-Hoo Lee. Jung-Hoo what? Jung-Hoo Win? Jung-Hoo how? He plays for the Giants. He's hitting first Otto, your favorite Marlins, 342. Jung-Hoo Lee, 338. Yandy Diaz, he's a known player in Tampa. He's hitting 331. Luis Arias, of course, he's a terrific hitter. Every year he's hitting for somebody. He plays for the Giants this year. He's hitting 327. Then Brandon Marsh, 326. I'm going to see if Shohei is still over 300 because I remember we had the conversation not long ago where he was hitting like 148 or something. Shohei is up to 299 now. 12 homers, 39 RBIs, but the WAR is low. Wins above replacement stat, low for him. But you go over to the pitching side. Again, I don't know why he's not qualifying for ERA. I don't get that. He seems to be pitching an awful lot to not qualify for ERA, to not have enough innings to qualify for the ERA title, which still belongs to Jacob Mizrowski right now, that Milwaukee's guy, Milwaukee Brewers pitcher, who throws at about 8 billion miles per hour. Serena Williams is out before she even gets started. She was supposed to be not supposed to be. She was playing doubles, and her partner got hurt in a singles match. She's had to pull out of the tournament, so Serena's comeback tour ends after just one doubles match. The World Cup starts today. There's one game on the schedule. It's Mexico and South Africa, and then you can proceed to enjoy, if you are a soccer fan, 104 games of the beautiful game, as they say. We'll see how Team USA does. I believe they open tomorrow. And the Canadian Open is underway on PGA Tour. Right now, who's who of the unknown? Matthew Fitzpatrick, there's a name you know. He is 2 under par and tied for 4th. But the top, it's Taylor Moore, it's Mac Meissner, it's Davis Thompson, it's Danny Willett, Sam Ryder, Max McGreevy, Chris Kirk. They're all 2 under, so it's Fitzpatrick. It's not a star-studded event, but there are, more than a few big names, including Tommy Fleetwood, who is 1 under par. We'll see what's trending when we return. You're listening to The Drill.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. After work, crack open a cold one with Rick Ballou.
How's that beer tasting?
Like the first of many. Into the night.
Make yourselves at home, sweet home, boys.
Evenings on 1010XL.
I hear we're getting a new cappuccino machine.
Hey, it's Brent with Arcosa Crushed Concrete. If you've got concrete or asphalt rubble on your site, let me buy it from you, and I will recycle it into construction material for your future projects. Arcosa Crushed Concrete. Get paid for what you don't need.
All right, this is for the Guggenellas and you kids out there today. Don't forget the forgotten holiday is just a little over a week away, Father's Day. I know we don't expect you to stop the world for us like we do for the moms, but maybe give us a little bit of a shout out. You can do that by going to liveforevergolf.com. They got Father's Day deals galore. For the dad who plays like it matters, you can get him the hoodie he'll wear every single round. They've got these the sun protection hoodies. Those are awesome. Performance hoodies. They call it the Dawn Patrol, and he's going to look awesome in his performance knit hoodie. Take care of Dad on Dad's Day. Let's stop it with the forgotten holiday, and let's honor Pops everywhere and do it with getting him the best gear and apparel going, and that is at Live Forever Golf and liveforevergolf.com.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking mumbo-jumbo. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices. I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from high heels to wagon wheels. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Soccer fans, it's time to grab a Modelo Especial and watch the World Cup. This is Joe C. Come join XL Primetime at Casa Maria and Jack's Beach Thursday to kick it all off and then stay for the match. Modelo specials and giveaways all at Casa Maria, Jack's Beach Thursday.
Summer's here, and it's the perfect time to upgrade your backyard with Superior Fence and Rail. Get the fence you've been wanting with 12 months financing and no interest, so you can enjoy more privacy, more security, and more curb appeal without the upfront stress. Make your outdoor space ready for summer. You must have credit approval from our third-party financial institution. Call today or visit SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
SuperiorFenceandRail.com. Hey friends, Jason Parker here with Performance Painting. Have you ever stored a gallon of leftover paint, opened the can years later, and it's rusty, crusty, and unusable? Next time, secure the lid tightly to ensure no leaks and store the can upside down. Oxygen can't get to it, therefore no rust and no crust. If you'd like more tips or have a question about a project, we'd love to help. Go to performance-painting.com. Performance Painting. Prepare, protect, preserve.
Performance Painting.
Transmission troubles? I'm Robin Sidbury, owner of Action Transmission Specialist on Merrill Road. So come in and see how we can help solve your transmission troubles. We service all makes and models. Remember, get traction. Call Action at 744-0755.
When you're hungry, go big, and more importantly, go to Dailies, where they got anything and everything to tantalize your taste buds and fill you up. At Dailies, our barbecue beef brisket sandwich is slow smoked to perfection, tender, juicy, and full of bold flavor. It's the kind of sandwich that truly satisfies. Try the barbecue brisket sandwich at Dailies. Meanwhile, some favorites never go out of style. The Duval sub at Dailies is stacked, loaded, and made with the bold flavor you want in every bite. Fresh ingredients, big taste. It's a local favorite. Grab the Duval sub today at Dailies. Or maybe you just want a delicious chicken sandwich. Some choices just work. The chicken sandwich at Dailies is crispy on the outside, it's juicy on the inside, and it is full of flavor. Perfect for lunch, perfect for dinner, perfect anytime hunger hits. So grab the chicken sandwich today at Dailies. Dailies is made fresh, it's made local, and Dailies is built for big appetites. I'll see you there today.
Do you ever notice how everything in your house works right up until it doesn't? One minute you're fine, then the next minute the AC's struggling, the drain's backing up, and now you've got a problem on your hands. That's when you make the smart play. Call Duck Duck Rooter. 3 expert teams, plumbing, septic, and air conditioning, ready to step in, fix it right, and get everything back under control. And right now, take $50 off any service of $225 or more. Don't let a small issue turn into a big loss. Stay ahead of it. When you're stuck, call Duck Duck Rooter, 904-862-6769 or duckduckrooter.com.
1010XL, presented by Farrah and Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farrah doesn't flinch.
Here on the drill, it's the 9 o'clock hour. Yeah, I mean, you get the two of them together, and it's just like the word heard most all morning during the breaks is nasty, nasty, nasty. I mean, I get them separated, he and, E.T. and Hick, and they tone it down a little bit. It's more my guy, more Stapleton. Sounds Stapleton-ish. Listen, I'm not some huge Chris Stapleton fan. I don't know 1,000 songs, but I like that laid back, and I know there are probably 2 or 3 or 4 that I'll certainly will recognize. We've come to the time of the morning where we're going to see what's trending, but first ET says he's got another school quiz for me.
Oh, yeah, we're going to grammar school, Jeff.
I feel like he's mad at me. He's trying to make me look bad. I don't know. We'll see.
No, we're going to grammar school. Grammar school, basically, Jeff, I'm going to give you a word that the kids use, maybe even the culture, and you're going to guess what that word is.
Okay.
I can even
try to keep us young. Try to keep us young and vibrant and relevant.
That's right.
So they don't force us off into the sunset too early.
So, Jeff, if I say you have a lot of riz, I see the way that you talk to people. I see the way you talk to women. You got riz, man.
You got like an influence, like a personality influence, like some swag,
charisma. Yeah, swag.
Yeah.
You got riz.
Yeah.
Jeff, if I say he ate whenever he wore that outfit, he ate. What does that mean? Like, man, he ate. He really ate with that outfit.
I'm assuming I've not heard that particular phrase. Like the one riz I've heard. I forgot that it was short for charisma. That makes sense now.
He ate.
Yeah, so I'm going to guess, he killed it.
He killed it.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, he killed it. What do you do? How do you eat? You kill it.
The kids say this word a lot now, Jeff. If somebody is delulu, like, bro, you're delulu. If that's
I guess you're crazy. You're delusional.
You're delusional.
Yeah.
That is correct.
Okay, that's another good easy one. I like this. Is an easy one so far. Easier.
I'm gonna pull up to the function tonight. I'm gonna do a quick little vibe check. What is the vibe check?
If see what's it like? Is it happening?
Check the tone, the demeanor, the tone. A little quick little vibe.
All right,
check.
maybe I'll stay. Maybe I won't.
Jeff, if like Hick told me he was gonna come over, but then he threw a curveball. What was that?
Yeah, that just means you change plans.
Change your plans.
Yeah.
A curveball.
That curveball, that goes old school. Now we're recycling. We got the kids trying to take curveball.
Yeah.
Hey, threw him a curve. Yeah, that's old school.
How about this? Man, he glowed up. That's a true glow up story. Like he glowed up.
Okay, I've not heard that one either. I'm just going to assume that he like
the glow up.
Yeah, it's like he blew up. He became a star.
That's the first one you got wrong.
Yeah.
So a glow up is, think of the ugly duckling that's turned into the swan.
Okay.
It's a glow up.
Okay, so another one, transformation.
Transformation.
Okay, he's transformed for a glow up. I actually have seen that now that you've described it in terms of the swan.
Mm-hmm. How about guap, man? Buddy got a lot of guap. Guap.
The boy got what now?
Buddy got a lot of guap. G-U-A-P, guap.
Mm-hmm. Got a lot of leather. He's got a lot of
guap is money.
Yeah, money. I was going to say money. I thought it was too easy.
How about slay? Like a lot of people that are going to Chris Stapleton tonight.
He's going to slay. You do a great job. You kill it.
Slay is dress. Like you're going to look good. You're going to dress.
Okay.
So people are going to he going to slay the outfit.
Okay.
The slay.
Yeah.
And the last one is snack. Like, man, buddy, she looked like a snack over
she's
there.
a dish. She's cute. That's back in the day they called it a dish.
Oh, a dish.
Yeah, she was used to call them a dish. Way back. Again, we're going way back.
See, I ain't know that.
I mean, I got news for you. I know you kids coming up on social media with all your cool little words. This is old as time. Every generation's had their words that I think it's all just designed so your parents don't know what you're saying.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? You just gotta get a little bit of what you're... So let's do this then. Let's take a quick time out. Let's get back on schedule. I'll come back with a golden moment. We'll see what's trending real quickly in the next segment, and we'll roll on and carry you through until the 10 o'clock hour, and Jaguars Today joins you. You're listening to The Drill.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
What are we celebrating?
We're celebrating 2 things. First,
summer.
Summer days.
It feels phenomenal.
And second,
1010XL.
At Cannons of Jacksonville, they know that when you're towing anything, you gotta have products you can rely on. With over 50 years of fabrication expertise, the family at Cannons can repair or install precisely what you need to tow with confidence. Whether it's a heavy-duty hitch, trailer frame, gooseneck, tow bar, or any other towing accessory, Cannons will provide you with unmatched precision and durability. For all your towing needs, visit cannonsofjacks.com, where quality and customer satisfaction collide.
Hey roofers, finish and close out jobs same day with PermitRockstar.com. Their full-service permitting platform helps contractors cut permitting delays by up to 80%. Stop waiting and start building with PermitRockstar.com.
The world's biggest soccer tournament has arrived. You can trade the entire tournament on Kalshi. On Kalshi, you can trade every match from the opening stage all the way to the final. Right now, France is your favorite. 16.2% implied probability. You get that 16% to win it all. Your $100 trade could pay out a $83 profit. Simple as that. On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning there's no house. And as the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position. It's like a stock market for sports fans. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code 1010XL to get $10 when you trade 10. Kalshi, Kalshi. Kalshi. Trade the beautiful game. 18 and over only. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see Kalshi.com/regulatory.
Hey folks, Mike Dempsey here for Dandy Foods, a Jacksonville family business for nearly 70 years. Heck, I've been talking about them for over a decade. The Thompson family secret, Dandy's never frozen, always fresh baked bread with quality meats and cheeses, no dry crumbly subs here, only soft and tasty deliciousness. When I see that logo with the little dude with the cane on the label, it tells me I'm getting a trusted brand, a quality sandwich. So do what I do and stop in at a Daly's and make yours a Dandy today.
Picture this. Steaks on the grill, drinks in hand, your crew gathered around a brand new outdoor kitchen. CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living makes it happen. From kitchens to fire pits, they do it all. CSSFireplaces.com. You dream it, they build it.
In this age of globalization, we've learned that bigger isn't always better. Ever tried to get phone help from a big corporation? From a real person? Good luck. That is what's so nice about Mike Merritt's Heating and Air. Unlike publicly traded conglomerates with headquarters in faraway cities, Mike Merritt's Heating and Air remains family-owned and operated by Mike, your neighbor. Mike Merritt has delivered hometown service, integrity, and pricing for generations. The big guys incentivize their techs to sell you new equipment. Mike's team emphasizes repair first. We only sell you equipment if your current equipment is worn out and beyond repair. And let's be honest about price. Small operations without much overhead can sometimes lowball your job, but you can't trust just anyone with a truck. They may be here today and gone tomorrow. Mike Merritt has been keeping North Florida cool for more than 3 decades. That's experience and dedication you can count on. Call today or see us on the web.
Florida license number CAC 050384.
Frank Frangie here. Truck Month is back at Nimnik Buick GMC, and so is 0% financing for 60 months on GMC Sierra trucks. I know all about that. I drive a GMC Sierra from Nimnik. I really do, and I really love it. And rates haven't been this low in years. With the largest selection of GMC Sierra trucks in the region, Nimnik Buick GMC is the place to go. It's what you've been dreaming about, and I promise you they treat you right. Shop at NimnikBuickGMC.com or head to the showroom on Phillips Highway. The best prices, the best service. That's easy. Nobody but Nimnik.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
Hey guys, Hicken here. You know Zero Res won't let rising gas prices stop you from having a clean and healthy home. Flash sale time, baby. Oh yeah, call and book Zero Res this week. You get 3 rooms carpet cleaned for $149, and you get a 4th room for free. Flash sale, a no-brainer if you have 4 rooms in your house. Flash sale also includes $75 off air duct cleaning. So this week only, visit ZeroResJacksonville.com and tell them 1010XL sent you for the flash sale.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes. Take strokes off your game by taking pounds off your frame with Awaken 180. Increased flexibility, strength, and endurance. Breaking 190 or even 80 could be just 40 pounds away. Results this summer with the solution for weight loss. Awaken 180, weightloss.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Now, the Monahan's golden moment. Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach, your local family jewelers.
Well, the golden moment comes from the story of the day in sports. Whenever you make history, it's historical. Hey, what do you know? Knicks overcame a 27-point halftime lead, the largest finals halftime recovery in history. And again, I'll double down. It's the biggest choke in history. It's an incredible choke. Somebody came at me on the text line and said, I know I was talking about the Knicks went on a 14-0 run. I don't believe that. I'm not going to go check. And if they did, a 14-0 run is different if you have 4 turnovers and 6 missed shots in the middle. So you missed my point. The point I was making, typically, if you come back from 29, you go 17-0 in 4.5 minutes. You know, it's not a 20-4 run, which they kind of finished on, isn't really a run when it goes from the 9:30 mark to the 3:20 mark. That's not a run. So that's what I meant. I just meant that implies the choke that the Spurs had, San Antonio had. Because it wasn't like, oh, gosh, the Knicks score, and then they turn over, they hit a 3, and then the San Antonio misses, they score again. No, the Knicks would miss 2 times. The Spurs would get offensive rebounds. They missed 8 straight 3-pointers, though, and a shot before too much the clock went off. They gave the game away. OG Anunoby did his best to take it, and he did, and they made the last play. The Spurs could have just run clock and taken the air out of the ball at like the 5-minute mark, and they would have won the game. Shooting the ball, missing threes with 12 on the shot clock while you got a 15-point lead is dumb. So anyway.
And then Swiper just had to end like, oh.
Yeah, they all say the 2 big moments late. Yeah, you had Wemby. They're up 1 after blowing the lead. They're up 1. Wemby at the line missed 2 free throws. That was like a minute and a half to go.
Yes.
But the Spurs had overcome, and they recovered, and they had a 1-point lead, and the Knicks missed a shot, and they got a rebound, and then they turned it over, and then the Knicks had it again, and the Spurs forced a turnover. De'Aaron Fox gets it with 11 seconds to go at the half-court line. And he dribbles toward the basket instead of just dribbling on through and out and eating time and running another 6-7 seconds while they try and foul you. He went up for a shot where OG Anunoby had the block. This dude made every play.
He did.
Right? OG Anunoby had all the threes. He scored 33 points. He made the block to keep him in the game and the tip in to win it.
I wonder, like, if, like, players, because I know, like, on Tuesdays they go, or Wednesdays, NFL players, they go to film and they'll get graded on their performance on last game. I would love to know OG's grade from last night.
You know what's funny about this? This makes me not trust the plus minus anymore because I always look to plus minus. Like, how does the team do when you're on the floor?
Yeah.
Like last night, Karl Anthony Towns, it was plus 17 when he's on the floor, but you know, there's always some nuance. Karl Anthony Towns was not hurt. He was in foul trouble and on the bench when they had the big deficit, and then when he came back in,
right?
You know, they had the comeback, so that helped play. But OG Anunoby, who is my pick for MVP of the series, I think he's been the most valuable player in the series. What he's been able to do, he's always come through. He hadn't had subpar. My problem with Brunson being the MVP is he's playing subpar. He's not playing to his average. Not nearly. He's way off of it. And I'm not talking about your scoring. I got news for you. Just about everybody on both rosters could score 30 points the next game if they force their opportunities. And if you have, you earn the ability to force those, and Brunson has, and he does. He shoots a ton. But OG Anunoby in his all levels, he's an all-defensive player. Don't forget that part. He has scored. He's averaging over 25 points a game in the finals. But here's the weird stat, E. His plus-minus is a minus in all 4 games.
Oh, wow.
Right. It's hard to believe. Not sure how or why or what that indicates, but very strange. We're going to trend?
Yeah, let's trend.
Okay.
I got 3 stories for us.
All right. Let's top 3 is what we're doing. That's even better.
Number 3.
Jeff, you don't give me the type that you've ever been to Universal Studios for like Halloween Horror Nights.
No, I've not done that. I mean, I've been to Universal before.
Are you a roller coaster
I took the kids. I love the roller coasters.
Oh,
yes.
I hate them.
And for a guy who hates heights, it's strange to me that I do. But I don't. You know what? 2 things that I'm phobic: are heights and claustrophobia.
Mm-hmm.
And yet, roller coasters, they strap you in and they send you up in the air, and I love them.
Oof, no way.
Makes sense. All right, what do we got?
Well, Sinners is becoming a haunted house at Universal Studios. The movie Sinners.
Did you see the movie? You should.
Well, I slept through it.
Okay. You went to the theater and saw it?
Yeah.
It's funny. I can watch a movie on my couch or in my bed, and I'll stay wide awake. But take me to a theater.
Out of there. Out of there. But yeah, it's becoming a haunted house. like there's a lot of themes with the movie Sinners. Apparently, it won a lot of awards, so I guess I need to run it back.
It was
try to
good.
watch it.
It was good. It was one of those though that you could watch in May and just tell, the Academy Awards going to be all over this one. You just tell. It had a little bit of everything. It had some artsiness to it. It had a great cast. It had a soundtrack. It had musical element. It had everything.
Number 2.
Well, the number 2 story, we've been talking about this all day, but Spurs choke. Knicks win game 4. Knicks up 3-1. What's the number? 30-1 as far as coming
something
back
like
down.
that. 30-something and 1 if you're up 3-1. Yeah, you just don't lose that kind of lead. And you can't, as a competitor, you can't put yourself in a situation where you have to win 3 straight games when you yourself know you can't hold a 27-point halftime lead. That weighs on you. That weighs on you.
It does.
If anyone needed to know whether or not you were good enough to win this series, you showed them all in yourself when you gave away a 27-point halftime lead. You just can't do it. And they gave it away, man. The Knicks didn't take it. The Knicks didn't play. All I'm trying to say is the Knicks didn't play. They didn't go on some run of perfection. It was just normal basketball. Only the Spurs didn't make anything for 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Usually if you're going to come back from 20 down, it's usually because you hit 2 quick threes, they turn it over, you get a bucket, and boom, just like that, it's 12.
Yep.
The Knicks had one of those where they did a couple quick. But other than that, the Knicks were able to come all the way back, missing shots, turning it over, and allowing offensive rebounds, and they couldn't.
That's a true choke.
Couldn't capitalize.
That's a true choke. And the number 1 trending topic is something we also touch for all you folks who don't watch soccer. You will be watching soccer at some point with the World Cup beginning today. Team USA, I want to say, play either tomorrow or Saturday.
They play tomorrow, I believe.
Uh-huh.
Today, the first game, it was Mexico and South Africa, I believe.
Okay.
That's at 3 o'clock this afternoon. But listen, I will say this. For a sport trying to catch on in America, I think it's probably a good time to put it on. Like that last World Cup, they played during the fall because how hot it is.
Correct.
I mean, you're going to lose all of your here in our country, which doesn't matter. The World Cup isn't the World Cup because of how interested the U.S. is. It's a World Cup is the World Cup because how interested everybody else in the world is.
I remember one year I was in Colombia, and there was a World Cup. The national team was playing. Man, it's similar to like if the Jags are playing. We went to a bar. It was crazy.
Well, the U.S. is so big and diverse and fractured in some ways that unless you go to some of these other countries, you don't know what patriotism is.
Ooh, right.
They love their country.
Yes.
They stay in dangerous situations because they love their country and where they're from.
Yes. So true.
It hits different for all of them. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and say this. We have no right or reason to host a World Cup. Shame on FIFA for giving it to us. We suck at soccer. What, do you just buy our way into the influence? That's weak. Take it to Paraguay, man. Play it anywhere in the world but here. Of all the countries on God's green earth that deserve to host the World Cup, we'd be way down the list. And by the way, we're a terrific pain in the arse to host the World Cup if you're coming here. Literally, 2 camps here at the World Cup can be further apart than the whole continental Europe. I got teams down in Miami and another one in L.A. They're all spread all over. It's hot as blazes. I saw they put Iraq in like some little West Virginia town.
Oh, for real?
They got their training like Sulphur Springs, West Virginia. Feeding them raccoon and huckleberries. And they're complaining about the heat. There was a friendly yesterday between England and another nation in Orlando, and they had a typical Florida thunderstorm, and the English people threw a fit and said the game should be canceled, and they were unsafe. And, of course, 30 minutes later, the sun was out and we were playing. Welcome to America. I guess in England, when it storms like that, oh, boy, you're in for it for the next 8 hours. Nah, don't worry. It'll pass. So, yeah, the World Cup is raring to go, and somehow, some way, I guess we won the bribery contest that year.
Yeah.
Maybe we greased the FIFA palms better than most, and we were able to get the World Cup. I'm happy for this reason. I know a lot of people here in Jacksonville that are going to World Cup games.
Yeah, a lot of people
So I'm glad
traveling.
for them. But when it comes to a country like deserving to host, there's a lot of places you could have gone, but again, you probably went for that big fat check
for sure
that the U.S. stroked. About 10% of went actually to FIFA, and then the other 90% were split among all the greedy bastages that run it.
For sure.
All right. That's what's trending.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Live streaming from the XL Digital Studios. Brightened by Harbor Dental Care, Jacksonville's first choice for dental emergencies.
Key Buick GMC, proudly family-owned and operated since 1943. Come see why we are North Florida's new and pre-owned truck center, conveniently located on Southside and JTB, just minutes from the St. John's Town Center. At Key Buick GMC, every new vehicle comes with our lifetime powertrain warranty. Key Buick GMC, we are professional grade. KeyBuickGMC.com. Lifetime powertrain warranty covers engine, transmission, drivetrain only. Exclusions apply. See dealer for details.
Hurricane season is here. Is your home storm ready? Renewal by Andersen is offering storm season savings with buy one, get one 40% off windows and doors. Plus, 0 down, 0 payments, and 0% interest for 1 full year. In recent years, storms have caused tens of billions of dollars in damage across Florida. Prepare your home now with our Claim Impact Windows. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free design consultation. Restrictions apply. License number CGC 1527613.
Quick question. Is your plumbing company run by plumbers or by people who've never held a wrench? At Holland Sons Plumbing, the owners are plumbers themselves. We're family-owned, veteran-operated, and built by people who understand the work. No corporate nonsense, no boardrooms, no suits. Right now, we're hiring service plumbers and residential new construction plumbers here in Jacksonville. If you want steady work, a team that's got your back, and owners who know the job because they've done it, give Holland Sons a look. Holland Sons Plumbing. Local, family, real.
Checkmate. I'm Brendan Cecilia, founder of Checkmate Coatings.
And I'm Chester, Checkmate mascot and cultural ambassador.
Summer is a perfect time to have your garage floor coating installed. With our chemicals drying even faster in the warmer weather, it's a busy time for us, but we can still keep our prices surprisingly affordable.
And with 0% financing available, you can enjoy your floor now and pay for it later.
And Chester can enjoy his fancy British tea that I have to pay for.
I do enjoy a nice Darjeeling, Brendan, and the quality is important.
And at Checkmate, the highest quality is our minimum standard.
On flooring and tea.
Gorgeous garage floors?
Check. Perfect installation?
Check. Easy payment options that make your great new floor affordable? Checkmate.
Transforming your floors, making them great. Checkmate.
Visit checkmatecoatings.com. That's checkmatecoatings.com.
Hicken here, or maybe you should call me Dreamfinders Danny. Look what Dreamfinders is doing again, an amazing 4.99% fixed interest rate. Now's your chance to lock down the rate and get in the game. You heard me right, a 4.99 fixed interest rate on select move-in ready homes. Visit dreamfindershomes.com for sales event information and get in the game. Interest rate available on select move-in ready homes. Restrictions and limitations apply. Go to dreamfindershomes.com for more details.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks, and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
Want to stretch that dollar? Taylor Doll here to help save you money with the Money Pages magazine and app. Trying to figure out dinner? Money Pages has deals at your favorite local restaurants. Need auto repairs or an oil change? Money Pages has coupons to help you save. Looking to do some home improvement projects? Money Pages has deals on everything home, from AC repair and plumbing to flooring and painting. Check your mailbox for Money Pages today and download the app for savings on the go.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
I will say this too. I'll credit I said this, when you get up early, especially. Now I know some of you guys are waking and baking right now. You were up till post game. But sometimes, man, with these late nights, if you're a sports fan, sometimes you get got. It'll happen in Monday Night Football. Somebody be up 24-3. You'll wake up the next morning to the headline. Instant classic, 55-50 in overtime. Well, that can't even be a score, but you know what I mean. Well, last night we got, man. It's 27 points at halftime. It's 10:15. We're all going to bed. See you Game 5 Saturday. We got, man. It happens. Not everyone. Not, if you can get up at 7:38 and you were into the NBA, you may have kept it on. But I will say this. Let me tell you one thing that I did notice, in fairness to the fan base. At the end of that game, that place was still full.
Yeah. Oh, so they ain't leave.
I mean, you're down 27 and a half. You're down 20 with 9 minutes. Might be a couple people that got to take that morning train and they're headed on out. But it seemed like it was fully packed. The one thing I don't like, and this is just me, I don't like the celebrities getting to have all this extra happiness.
You're right about Taylor Swift.
What is she doing there?
I didn't know she was a Knicks fan.
What do you mean? She was just sitting with Travis Kelce.
I know she's a Knicks fan, or is she just going to the game?
I guess she didn't wear. Maybe she's just smart enough to not wear Knicks gear to the Cavs game. But that's who the Cavs were playing. They were playing the Knicks, and she was sitting there with Kelce. Maybe that's why she didn't look happy because she was in Cleveland. But I don't believe her to be a Knicks fan. Isn't she from like Northeast?
She's like Rhode Island, maybe.
Right? Shouldn't she be a Celtics fan? Well, these celebrities, buddy, they're going to get on board, aren't they?
They're going to ride that train.
They're going to ride that train. You're damn right they are. That's for sure.
But she was next to Mariska Hargitay from Law and Order. Now, she definitely a Knicks fan. New York.
Yeah.
Stabler was there the
I
other
always
night.
liked her.
Yeah, me too. I like her.
I always liked her on that show back in the day.
Detective Benson.
Yeah, her mom is a famous. Who is what's her last? Hargitay? Is that
Mariska Hargitay?
Hargitay. Who was her mom? Maybe Tony. Who's Mariska Hargitay's mom? It's a famous. It's like a pinup model, or is it
for real?
Yeah. Look at it. Is it Jane Mansfield? Maybe. Is she a famous? Was she an actress or a pinup kind of? Was she a model, or do you know? I'm turning to you for all these things. I'm going to look that up. Meanwhile, playing our next contributor.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnik. Nimnik Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnik Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
Before we welcome in Tony, Mariska Hargitay's mother was the iconic 50s and 60s Hollywood actress and sex symbol Jane Mansfield.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And if you look up Jane Mansfield, E.T., and you'll do a double take, she's got a very much a Marilyn Monroe look about her.
She does?
Back in the day. All right, Tone, what do we got? I mean, you're lucky that, today's the kind of day that you guys are you have to talk Jaguars football, and you don't have to talk 2 hours of basketball about a team that whether or not you forget if you even like them, but that, have no care in. So congratulations.
Well, Demps certainly has some care in
That's
it.
what I mean.
Right.
Yeah, you get to avoid that because he's not allowed to talk about it.
And he can talk about it all he wants. It's not going to bother me, if he wants to talk about that comeback for the Knicks a little bit during the show.
Sure.
At some point today. I know.
You know how you get away with it? You reference the Houston game. It felt like the Jags-Texans. It's a similar type feel as you just watch it go by.
Well, it is wild. There were some pretty cool things that happened in sports yesterday, for the second time in the last 8,000 games where someone's been down 7 runs. After the 7th inning, they won the game with a walk-off grand slam.
Right.
Ho-hum.
Yeah. I was watching that yesterday as it happened, by the way.
Yeah. The sports world, do they even know?
And by the way, the guy, is it Bryce Eldridge? Is that his name? He's like a 21-year-old rookie who hit it.
Yeah. A lot of that going around the major leagues this year with some young guys.
Don't we know?
Having those big moments early for themselves in their career. But, obviously we'll talk to a lot about the Jags and react to what's going on in the field with the minicamp going on this week. Yesterday, more of a defensive day. With the guys that we heard from with Coach Cohen and Coach Camp, being at the microphone, and Josh Hines-Allen. So we'll hear a little bit from all those guys. And our question of the day, just asking with the 4 guys they added on the defensive line this offseason, who has the biggest impact with the 2 at defensive tackle and the 2 at defensive end in the draft with Williams and Durfee and Rook and Albert Regis, just who will have the biggest impact for the team this year.
And it's going to be fun to find out and trust that they picked the right guys. Because if they, I mean, there's a lot of defensive tackles, you don't know who the heck they are until you see them play for your team for a few years.
Yeah.
So maybe between Rook and again, Regis is that, third round for Regis? Third or fourth? Third? It's third round Regis, right? Wasn't he the next pick?
Yes.
After, or was he the second? No, that's a high investment. You expect that guy to play.
Yeah.
So we'll see. All right, Jaguars Today is coming up next. Thank you for being with us. By the way, because the internet knows. Taylor Swift is from Reading, Pennsylvania. That's 30 miles from Philadelphia, and so of course she was an Eagles fan until she met Travis Kelce, and then she became a Chiefs fan. And so, how being from Reading, Pennsylvania, will in any way at all make you a Knicks fan? I don't know, but I think she looked and saw Chalamet and everyone there. So, I need to go there.
Yep.
It's the Met Gala of sporting events for the celebrities and the stars. All right, enjoy Jaguars Today. We'll see you tomorrow.